Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime, made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
You've always known just how smart she is. From her early aptitude for science to her first big discovery. And now that graduation is right around the corner, she can continue to excel. America's Navy offers her the chance to get hands-on training and experience for the career she was born for. From chemistry to computer science, aviation mechanics, or ship propulsion, it's the smart way to get ahead. Learn more at Navy.com. America's Navy. Forged by the sea.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith from The Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to season 19, episode number 4094. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. Montgomery! And you are the Men's Room. On tap today, once again, we play Big Dummy. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has dirty foods and gross foods that you should not eat. We will play Profile This. Plus headlines, a Men's Room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with T.
Clack, drinking and drunk.
All right, here we go. An inmate tunnels out of a maximum security prison, only to have the police waiting at the end.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a woman learns that airport vending machine coffee, that is not your friend. Woman's boyfriend tells her to buy a lottery ticket. She wins, then goes on vacation without him. A Hawaiian police officer gives out random DUIs to people not drinking for money to skim. And a Buddhist temple made of beer bottles comes crashing down. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. And here's how it works. You call us, we will spin the category wheel. 19, 20. I told you could not do 20 push-ups before I was going to get to the point where I do the category wheel.
Sorry. Just trying to be fit.
I don't know. He got to 18, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying there's no way you're getting to 20. Anyway, we will spin the category wheel, and then we'll ask you a question from that category. But here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right, because as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. Now, so far this year, our biggest dummy has been the lovely and talented Pam, who thought a blue moon was when a Smurf showed their ass and found a way to answer 13 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Of course you can. Everyone else has. So give us a call, and off we go on Big Dummy.
To make a test to play Big Dummy, call 206-803-ROCK. You can like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic. With 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors: pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime. Made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
What's up?
Well, it's what's down that's got my attention.
Oh?
Look at that long snake.
Snake? Oh, traffic. Those are cars.
I know they're cars. I'm being metaphorical. If I were a human, I'd ride that Bel Air airport or shuttle. Look at it. It gets you to SeaTac quickly. You can sleep, look out the window, be productive, and it's in the HOV. Hey, maybe it stands for heading on vacation.
Bel Air Airport or Shuttle with 8 round trips daily. Click airporter.com to book your trip today.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9. KISW.
Oh, but y'all, away we go. Welcome to season 19, episode number 4094. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat as the head chef is back. Tesby Potato's a little bit of a weird one today. You got dirty foods.
The dirty dozen. Dirtiest foods at the store.
What do you mean by dirty? Just like they've been handled,
they're covered in
on
filth.
The floor. Okay, covered in filth. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, would
you go to that section of the grocery store if it was a massive discount? Like, look, it's fresh. We just got this, but covered in filth, 90% off.
I mean, some of them are just foods that are out in the open, so that's why you generally would wash them when you get home.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, but they're dirty.
Oh, they're dirty.
Does that mean you should eat them or you should not eat them?
Just wash them, I guess.
Do you generally prefer your food dirty?
Well,
outside of rice.
Yeah. Every once in a while. Why not?
You're right. Dirty rice. But no, Miles, these are foods that you should wash before you eat them.
I like a little dirty.
Or steal them.
Gross foods. Now, gross foods are these foods that just taste bad?
Yeah, there's just a study, and it's just like percentages of what people find the grossest.
All right, so oysters and things that I like.
Correct.
Blue cheese, those type of things where I'm like.
And all those are fair, but I like both.
Yep,
I really do.
I like a lot of crap that people don't like.
Like Del Monte ketchup. We had that conversation earlier.
And anchovies.
I don't mind anchovies. It's just like salt with a hint of fish.
I don't like sardines. I tried to do that the other day, get a can of mustard sardines. Not my thing.
Really?
Yeah, well, I ate them.
Like those.
I ate them growing up, but I tried some, and I'm like, they just don't. It's really gross.
My father ate them all the time. That was his go-to snack. No big deal. I didn't mind the smell, anything like that. But like an hour later, you can still smell it on his fingers.
Yes. What else?
Dude, it never goes away.
What else do we have for you today? Oh, we have tickets for you to see Aerosmith. Aerosmith coming to Climate Pledge Arena November the 24th. Aerosmith along with the Black Crowes. So what they asked us to do was pick a time during the show. And then once you nail down the time, we'll give you a secret word. You text that secret word to 206-803-ROCK, you see, for your chance to win those tickets. So today we have determined that the time is going to be 4:20.
Ooh, wow. That's a good call.
4:20.
That is a good call, man.
We hope it's easy to remember. We'll give you the secret word, and when you hear it, text it to 206-803-ROCK. Oh, what else do we have for you today? We got a big party going on. Sunday, the Men's Room World Tour. Stop number 3 at Olaf's in Ballard. Hopefully you can join us for a little Sunday fun day from 2 to 4 in the afternoon. Little day drinking at Olaf's. They'll have the Men's Room IPA from Black Raven on tap. Also the brand new Men's Room beer brought from Uli's Famous Sausage on the menu. San Juan Salsa is going to be there. We'll hang out, kick it back, watch some sports, drink some beer, and hang out on a Sunday. That's basically what we're doing. Olaf's is a drinking bar. No dog and pony show. Right. We're not going there to entertain you or juggle. We're going there to drink beer and juggle. Are you bringing your balls?
I am, but not my juggling balls. Actually, you know what, man? I lost them.
I bet you could juggle like limes.
I can juggle limes.
What is your best thing to juggle? Is it your bean bags? Is it your balls?
There's beanbag balls. They juggle the best.
Bean bags.
Beanbag. No, the beanbag balls. It's a ball, but it's in a beanbag.
In a beanbag.
Yeah.
Huh, what a concept.
Isn't that crazy?
Nature should have come up with that. I'll be damned. Olaf's, Sunday in Ballard, 2 to 4, stop number 3 on the Men's Room World Tour. It is absolutely free. We hope to see you there. And coming up, we'll have some more locations where you can find the Black Raven Men's Room IPA in your area. What?
I was just responding to a text.
I see. All right. Okay. Jesus Christ. And today is the day we play the game known as Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. We'll spin the category wheel. You're either playing for Team Sober or Team Not Sober. So far, our biggest dummy's been Pam. Took Pam 13 questions to get one right. And as we like to do when we play Big Dummy, we do a men's room poll.
You realize you say Pam like you are doing the voiceover for the old Batman TV show.
Pam.
Like when someone gets slapped.
Pam.
Pam.
Yeah, Pam.
Pam.
That's how you say Pam.
Pam.
Pam is...
You always emphasize it. Pam.
Hey, look, man, you need someone to help you, as Sarah does in the morning, move a couch down the steps.
Jesus Christ.
Who do you call? Pam. Pam's getting it done.
Did you hear about this crap?
What?
Sarah's moving. From the morning show, she's moving.
All right.
Do you know where she's moving?
No.
She's moving out of the basement. She's moving upstairs. She's exchanging with her father, BJ.
Okay.
In the same home.
No big deal. We say, okay, cool. Then she tells Miles and I this is, she hired movers.
She hired movers. To move upstairs?
That is correct.
Okay, you're having the reaction we had. So again, she's moving from the basement to upstairs. She even told us it is 16 steps. And they hired movers.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's when you need Pam.
Oh, my
See?
God.
That's why it's Pam.
Dude,
Pam.
Dude, I want to be inside of that mover's office after they got off that phone call. Like,
that's going to be fun.
We're in the same place.
Easiest money we've ever made.
Is it like an apartment building? No.
No.
We're just moving
It
upstairs.
is a house.
So the men's room poll.
Rearranging the house.
Men's room poll we had for you last week is you are going to be banned for life from one of these things, from ever using them, going to them. And your choices were you'd be banned from going back to your hometown or any events involving your family, whether that's dinner, holidays, funerals, weddings, you name it. You would be banned for life from your hometown and family events. Also on the list, you would be banned from either using Amazon or going to Costco. Which a lot of people, a lot of money goes to both of those locations. Next up, banned for life from takeout and delivery. Does not mean you can't walk into a McDonald's. Does not mean you can't walk in and eat a pizza in the pizza parlor. You just can't get takeout or delivery. And finally, the reverse of that, restaurants and bars. You can never go to a restaurant. You can never go to a bar ever again. And as we put the poll up on Twitter, if you follow us at Men's Room Live, here's how the voting shook out. Coming in at fourth place, the one thing that you would not want to give up. Well, 9% of you would, but the rest would not. Going to restaurants and bars.
I think that's fair, man.
I think that would be up there as far as one that would kill me.
I couldn't do it.
I don't know what I like the socialization. I like going to sit down. I like watching sporting events.
I like people handing me drinks just because I asked them to.
Yeah, and people bringing me drinks before the ones I have are finished. That's fun too. Coming in at third place, 19% of you said you would give up Amazon or Costco.
All right.
That would be a tough one for me. I'm not a Costco person. Ted, you are. But I definitely lean on Amazon a lot more than I should.
I love Costco, but that's the one I'd give up.
Yeah, I agree.
I can still go to Target. And
I can still get the things I need.
Right.
I'll just bitch about it more.
Coming in at third place, Banned for Life from Hometown Family Events. 34% of you said, I'm fine, never going back to my hometown.
I mean, damn.
1/3 of the population says, I don't need my family. I don't need where I grew up. It's a hellhole. It's about, you think your parents did it to you on purpose.
But also, just because you grew up in a hellhole doesn't mean you have to hate your family. Because people are straight up like, look, no, where I'm from sucks, but I'm willing to give up my family to never go there.
Your parent's in the hospital. You can't go. Your parent dies. You can't say goodbye. I mean, you can FaceTime. Your brother has a baby. No, you're not involved. You can't even meet your nephew.
I know you're on your deathbed. I'm calling you from Costco. I can still do that.
But 34% of you said, yeah, I'm not doing that, which is an amazing number.
I'm calling you from the bar because I didn't give this up.
And the number one thing that you said that you would be banned for life from, my pick as well, takeout and delivery at 38% of the population.
No way.
Yes. Okay, so today we're going to
invite himself to your home like every week. Ted, what you doing, man? You want to watch football? Please order takeout.
I know.
Yes. Like, man. So we're going to pick an adventure today or an activity, okay?
And adventure or activity.
Yes. So you're going to pick one of these that you believe that you have a decent chance of accomplishing. Either way, you're going to give it a shot. Okay?
So none of these are fun. This is about whether or not you think you could do this.
All these are a pain in the ass.
Okay.
In my mind. This is like who sucks less of the men's room poll world. Okay. As they say, running a marathon might seem daunting enough, but running a marathon while sipping 25 glasses of wine, such is the rather dubious or admirable achievement of 52-year-old Tom Gilby. He swilled his way through 26.2 miles Sunday at the London Marathon. He undertook the boozy feat, not in the name of debauchery, but of charity. So here's how this goes down.
Oh, that's why we have a beer. We understand those words.
These specifics. Gilby stopped at each mile to sip and guess the drink's grape variety, country of origin, and vintage. He carried 2 wine glasses with him on his belt during the entire marathon. The outcome. Gilby correctly identified a 2018 Burgundy Pierre Noir at mile 1. Pinot Noir, mile 1. He nailed 6 more. Got 14 mostly or partly correct. He whiffed on 4. The video of his stunt has gone viral. The wine merchant raised north of $17,000 for the Sobel House Hospice. They were the nursing care that took care of his mom before his mom passed away for a number of years. So that's where all the charity money went. Now, how much he actually quaffed. Now, because sampling 25 glasses of wine might put a mere mortal under the table, he said this: if they were good, I would swallow the wine. If they were bad, then they ended up on the road. The wheels came off near the Isle of Dogs, which was a spot on the course. The wines there, not good ones. Right. He said he spit out the last 4. But either way, he sampled each wine, tried to identify it. You're not going to have to do any of that. You're just going to need to run a marathon.
Wait, so they're not sipping the wine?
No.
To me, that would be, I would not pick marathon.
This is an amazing achievement.
It's more incentive, I'm saying, of like, look, man.
If you think you can do that, and that's what you want to do, wine gives me serious heartburn and a headache. I think that would be a terrible combination while trying to run 26.2 miles.
Wine does the same thing to me, but my thought is if I'm trying to run a marathon, I would love the idea that I can drink something every mile.
Now, this was choice number 1. Okay, choice number 2 is a little bit more complicated, but I brought up the fact that me and a group of my friends, when we were probably in 10, 12 years old, somewhere in there, before girls became something we were interested in, we built a raft basically made out of milk jugs, Clorox jugs, anything that had a cap, 2-liter bottles that we could seal, and we made a floating raft with plywood on top of this thing. And we duct taped the plywood and duct taped all of the containers together. We used this as kind of a floating raft pad type thing that we would float out into the lake, and we kept it roped up or hidden.
How long did it last?
It lasted for at least a year before it just disappeared.
Damn.
So, but
and
it was
Tom
fun.
Hanks couldn't get off the island.
It was not easy. We did try to use a paddle, but because it had no rudder on it, no keel, it would just kind of sometimes you'd spin more than you would actually paddle. But it was our adventure. So we bring you this story. National park officials are asking for the public's help in tracking down a man and his dog who they say tried to navigate the Grand Canyon in a homemade raft. Reports of a 2001 Toyota Tacoma belonging to a 58-year-old man named Thomas Lee Robinson were found at Lee's Ferry on Sunday, but Robinson and his pet corgi nowhere to be found. The man from Santa Fe, New Mexico, is believed to have attempted to travel down the Colorado River with a small dog on a homemade wooden raft. The memo shows a photo of the raft, which NBC News describes as 3 wooden boards crudely held together, as well as a paddle and a life vest. They say Robinson,
got a life vest.
5'10", 160, hazel eyes, brown hair, dog described as being 11 years old, weighing around 25 pounds. They are still searching for this guy. So, adventure number 2.
Is that illegal?
You're going to float down the Grand Canyon on a homemade raft.
All right. Is that illegal? I'm just curious. Is that why they're looking for the guy, or they don't know? Is he missing?
He's missing.
Oh.
They can't find him. It's not that he did anything. You can go down the Colorado River. I don't know if you need permits for that or whatever. If it's a national park, there's probably, bless you, some type of pass or permit involved.
But their concern is that he's missing.
He might have gotten all the legal things to do it. They just can't find his ass. And
Also, it's those rivers have rapids and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, Arizona had a very, very heavy winter as far as rainfall, and there's a lot more water in the rivers than previous years based on that. Okay, so that's adventure number 2. You take the Grand Canyon on a homemade raft. All right. Adventure number 3. Now, every spring, they say, these so-called icefall doctors leave Everett Base Camp and begin making the year's official climb route to Camp 1. So what they do is they have Nepalese climbers, and what is known as the most dangerous job on Earth. They lead the way through the Kumbo Icefall, which is the first and most dangerous part of the trek on Everest. Now, obviously, the death zone is something else, but just getting through this icefall is where you see the pictures of the ladders going across the crevasses and everything else.
Nope.
All right. So, for whatever reason, little snowfall and warmer temperatures than normal left the notorious ice towers and bridges unstable, which slowed the workers' path. Basically, everyone has to go up this route.
Yeah.
They just couldn't find a route. So last year's route doesn't work.
Right.
The year before that doesn't work. So basically, they established an old route from 2017, which is an extra challenge for the climbers. Not only that, it's a fragile and risky route. It passes through what they call the Ballroom of Death, where mighty glaciers hang above like a sword, and they fall off constantly. The icefall doctors say at least 5 especially dangerous spots along the route need to be quickly passed through as fast as you can. Now, the route also will take 2 hours longer. So before, from base camp to Camp 1, it was a 2 to 4 hour hike. This year, it's a 6-hour hike.
Right.
This has pushed the season forward by 12 days. Sherpas are having to go through that sometimes 20 times a day to take gear up to Camp 1.
They don't get paid enough.
They are saying that this is one of the most dangerous years ever. All right? Now, to give you an idea, all we're asking you to do on this adventure is go from base camp, which is around 17,000 feet, up into Camp 1, which is 19,900 feet. You're only hiking for 6 hours, probably about the same amount of time it would take you to run the marathon, just to give you an idea.
Yeah.
But a little bit more dangerous.
Can you walk at all in a marathon?
If you want to.
All right.
See, that's why I'm leaning marathon.
There's a lot of walkers that do it. And then finally, we bring you the story, and it's not a good one. An elderly couple in New England were killed by a rogue ram, according to authorities. Family spokesperson Dean Burrell told a police officer that Alfred Hansen and Gail Hansen, both 82 and 81, were found dead at their home in a rural area outside of Auckland. They were found by a relative who went to check on them Thursday morning. Police say a ram confronted them at the scene. It was shot after it injured yet another person.
Was it Cooper Cup?
The victims were the mother's sister and her husband. He said the retired couple were hobby farmers who lived at the property for about 8 years. They had sheep, chickens, and some cattle. According to the husband, he went out to feed the ram and did not return. His wife was killed after she went to look.
Cooper's hungry.
I know. Sorry. This guy died. I'm just picturing Cooper Cup outside now.
The quote is, "They are nice people. They didn't deserve this, Ted." Everyone's in shock. They're very upset. Neighbors tell the Herald that the couple were lovely, genuine people enjoying their retirement. They could be seen tending to their sheep all the time. One neighbor says, hand-reared rams can be aggressive and unpredictable. Quote, "Never have one. People need to know, never trust a hand-reared ram."
First thing my father ever taught me.
According to Ohio State University, hand-reared rams may seem more docile and friendlier, but in fact, they are the most dangerous since they have no fear of the shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Baby, don't fear the shepherd.
So you're going to pick an adventure activity. Number 1, run a marathon. Number 2, you're going to take a homemade raft to go down the Grand Canyon.
All right.
Number 3, you're just going to go to Everest Camp 1. Or 4, you're going to encounter a hand-reared ram in the wild. Those are your choices. And you can vote now if you follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live. We'll take a break and come back with Big Dummy next.
Have you ever noticed how celebrities have brighter, whiter-looking eyes? Their makeup artists have a little secret in their kit. Lumify Redness Reliever Eye Drops. Lumify dramatically reduces redness in just 1 minute. It literally happens right before your eyes to make them look brighter, whiter, and more awake for up to 8 hours. No wonder it's so loved by influencers, celebrities, and makeup artists and has over 6,000 5-star reviews on Amazon. Lumify is also the #1 eye doctor recommended redness reliever eye drop and it's FDA approved. No bleach, no dyes. Plus, it's made by the eye care experts at Bausch & Lomb. So whether you're on set, on a date, or running on just a few hours of sleep, you can have eyes that look brighter and whiter with Lumify eye drops. When you try it, you'll see that it's what your eyes have been looking for. Check out LumifyEyes.com to learn more.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada. Yada yada. Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out, yada yada. And bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
I'm Sandra, and I'm just the professional your small business was looking for. But you didn't hire me because you didn't use LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn has professionals you can't find anywhere else, including those who aren't actively looking for a new job, but might be open to the perfect role, like me.
In a given month, over 70% of LinkedIn users don't visit other leading job sites. So if you're not looking on LinkedIn, you'll miss out on great candidates like Sandra. Start hiring professionals like a professional. Post your free job on linkedin.com/recommend today.
What a beautiful day in nature. Take it from a little bug like me. Nothing makes you feel more alive. Whoa, I almost got frogged. That was a close call. But boy, do I feel capital A alive. Luckily for you humans, Nature's Way put that thrilling feeling of aliveness in a bottle. Nature's Way Alive Women's Multivitamin Gummies with 16 vitamins and minerals. Delicious multivitamins inspired by nature. Whoa, better luck next time, pal. Nature's Way.
KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Secret War coming up 420. Your chance to win tickets to see Aerosmith. All right, the game is Big Dummy. 206-803-ROCK. Steve, who is our first contestant, ready to play the big game?
Hello, Michelle. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. Michelle, are you on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
I'm on Team Sober.
Michelle, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay. You are going to go on an adventure activity. Here's what your choices are. Would you run a marathon, get in a homemade raft and do the Grand Canyon, an Everest Camp 1 hike, or encounter a ram in the wild, a hand-reared ram?
Specifically a hand-reared ram, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to go with run a marathon.
Marathon.
All right, let me ask you this. Are you going to take Ted's suggestion, which I'm going to, and walk it, or are you actually going to try to run it?
I'm actually going to walk it.
Okay.
All right.
How long does it take to walk a marathon?
The average person walks 3 miles an hour, and it's 26, so that would be, 7.5, 8 hours, maybe. If you stay at the same pace.
Yeah, if you realize that all these guys are coming in twice the time. So for the marathon workers, they still have to keep the course open. So they're waiting very patiently at each station to kind of close it down.
Oh, they don't have to like me.
As these guys go by. And sometimes, you wait, I think we got 3 more coming up.
Because a fast time for a marathon is, 4 hours?
Yeah.
So, damn.
Yeah, I don't know if you could walk, but there's definitely sections of it, I'd have to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
uphill.
25 miles of it, I would guess. All right, Michelle, here is your question. What organization unveiled the largest machine on Earth in 2008? They are the people behind the particle accelerator in Geneva, Switzerland.
I have absolutely no idea.
Say that again. What organization?
What organization unveiled the largest machine on Earth in 2008? And the largest machine is the particle accelerator in Geneva, Switzerland.
Is it a company?
It's CERN. It's a research institute in Switzerland.
CERN.
Oh. CERN.
Okay.
CERN.
Would not have got that.
I had no idea.
Now you do. CERN.
CERN.
Largest machine on Earth. Particle accelerator. All right, your question. Who invented a waterproof boot that he began selling to his fellow hunters in Maine in 1912?
Oh, my God, you guys are asking really hard questions.
I'll give you a hint. Look, it's a retail person, and Ted, you already got it.
Yeah. All right, I'll give you that. Typically, Eddie Bauer does better on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
All right? It's kind of like Kroger and QFC. The Eddie Bauer of the West Coast is the equivalent of this on the East Coast. Fair?
It's the name of a person who has initials.
Right, you know the last name.
It's a food.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I have no clue.
LL Bean. LL Bean.
LL Bean.
Yeah. Known to his friends as Little.
I'm probably going to get 13 questions in a row wrong.
Please don't do that.
Ladies love Bean.
Yeah, ladies love Bean. That's what it stands for. Oh. Certain ladies do.
I need love.
I feel like we got those catalogs all the time.
We did too, and I'm like, what do they think my black?
I mean, right? Nobody in my house was ordering from LL.
We all lived in the middle of the city.
Yeah,
it doesn't carry much weight. All right, here's a question for you, Michelle. What was the last album recorded by the Beatles?
Oh my goodness, I don't know the answer to this one either.
Guess a Beatles album.
Yeah,
you got it, man.
I don't really care for the Beatles, so.
All right, let me rephrase that. Guess a Beatles album. You don't know one album name?
No, I don't.
Is there a famous road? Maybe a
there is
color,
iconic picture.
Maybe like
Abbey Road.
Abbey Road.
Abbey Road. See, these are really hard questions. I am a big dummy.
Yeah, Steve.
My apologies.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Outside of Yellow Submarine, Abbey Road's really the only album I would know.
Sergeant Pepper.
Yeah,
Sergeant Pepper.
Let It Be. The White Album.
I didn't know Let It Be was the name of an album.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just a hit.
No, Buckwheat named it for the Beatles. What you call it, Buckwheat? Let It Be. I said, okay. What he was saying was Let Her Be, but they completely misheard him.
I think I'm going to be the biggest dummy on here you guys have ever had.
I think you're trying.
Michelle,
you seem so confident.
Yeah, you're only on question number 4. You're all right.
Okay, here's your question. Who was Bill Clinton's vice president?
That's bad, too, because I don't know that one either.
Wait a minute. You were alive during that time,
You know
right?
who it is.
I was. You know, guys, I'm 55 years old.
Oh, you should know this, because he was the vice
I
president
should
for
know
8
this
years.
stuff.
He lost a presidential election to George W. Bush.
Well, I also
He really
to touch my penis.
He really likes the Hotel Lucia in Portland.
I really don't know.
Oh.
That's bad.
That is bad. It's Al Gore.
That is very bad.
Wow.
Hey, give me a massage, but
You know,
I'm going to go ahead and lay on my back.
I need my front rub first.
Lower. Big Al.
So what was the answer then?
Al Gore.
Al Gore.
Al Gore.
Al Gore.
Do you know the name?
The name, Alan?
Do you remember hearing of a man named Al Gore?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
That was
I'm
him.
Just checking.
That was him. All right, here is your question. How old is a Jewish boy who has a bar mitzvah?
I would say 13.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Just an 8.
Very good. Very good.
Man.
Don't know Al Gore,
Jesus.
but knows the Hebrew religion.
Wait, she sounded very Jewish to me. Are these questions that hard?
No.
Okay.
Okay,
thank you.
the LLB one, I didn't get that one.
That is fair.
And I think our first one, I also had no idea.
The first one, fine.
You know, a couple challenging ones is fine, but
she's 55.
All right, let's test the theory here. See if it's the question or the contestant.
Just settle down, Steve.
Yeah, my bad. Hello, Thomas. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Thomas, sober or not sober?
We are sober, soon to be not sober.
What are you drinking, Thomas?
Well, we're going to go have a Coors Light.
Have you tried the men's room IPA from Black Raven yet?
I actually have. It's beautiful.
Oh, nice. Glad you liked it, man. All right, Thomas, you're going to go on an adventure or pick an activity. Are you going to run a marathon, go down the Grand Canyon on a homemade raft, go to Everest Camp 1, or encounter a ram, a hand-reared ram in the wild, which apparently is very dangerous?
Well, actually, hand-reared rams aren't that dangerous because I've got a left one and a right one.
Okay, so you're taking the ram encounter.
No, we're going to do the Grand Canyon.
Oh, Grand Canyon.
All right. All right, Thomas, here's your question. Where on a cow is the brisket cut from?
Yeah. I know this now.
The brisket.
The brisket.
It's awfully fatty. I'm going to say the belly.
They say lower breast / chest / pectoral.
Why you also get that tomahawk on there, too. Not tomahawk, but that, like, mohawk cut.
I did not know that.
I did not either until a few days ago.
All right.
The delicious part. That's where they get it from. All right, here's your question.
Depends on who cooks it.
Yeah, okay, that is fair.
Mike, that is not a shot at you. Brisket is just one of those things that either is delicious or horrible.
No, it's cool. Didn't feel like a shot.
Your question, what is...
you're the dude cooking it at 240.
Yeah. What is the largest constellation in the sky? What is the largest constellation?
I'm just going to go with Big Dipper.
Big Dipper.
I'll say Orion.
Hydra.
Okay.
Hydra was an evil organization. Was it a TV show or a movie?
It was a movie, right? Doesn't it have 3 heads?
Yeah, something like that.
Hydra was the evil organization of the Marvel superheroes, of the Avengers.
Hydra? Oh, okay. That is right.
Hydra.
I'm like, it sounds familiar.
They were basically the Nazis.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
You can never go wrong with them as a bad guy.
They said Hail Hydra.
Yeah, they really did.
Did they really?
Oh, yeah. You should not see that?
No.
Dude, Captain America. Like, he was fighting in World War II.
Well, he was fighting the Nazis. Or are you saying that was Hydra?
Yeah. Well, okay. At one point, yes, he does punch out Hitler over and over again because he does the state show. But yes, then like underneath the Nazis, man.
Hydra's running the show.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I got it. I did miss all of that somehow. Hope it wasn't important. All right, here's your question. A man by the name of Earl Lloyd. He was the first black man to what? By the way, it's multiple choice, and it'll get yourself in trouble. To play in an NBA game, vote in a presidential election, reach the rank of admiral in the Navy, or go over Niagara Falls in a barrel. So again, first got to play in the NBA, presidential election vote, reach admiral, or go over Niagara Falls.
I'm going to go admiral.
I'm going to go Niagara Falls.
NBA?
Brother, I'm tell you right now, if a black man goes over Niagara Falls in a barrel...
That's why I'm picking it.
We were put there.
That's why I'm picking
it was not voluntary.
That's why I'm picking it.
I promise you.
Yeah, you test.
Hell no.
You test this barrel.
Hell no, that's a setup.
So that's the wrong answer?
That is the wrong answer. It is first black man to play at the NBA.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, who cares?
I was going to call him a trendsetter.
It's going to ruin the sport.
Look at him.
You know, a lot of it had to do with the fact that none of the NBA teams could beat the Globetrotters.
For real?
Really?
Yeah, and that really changed. I mean, that's why the Globetrotters started originally, and they were just so good, and the NBA teams in these exhibitions could never beat them. So then then the league's like, oh, maybe we should let them play with us. And then shout out to the Celtics and Red Auerbach. Like, he was like, all right, cool.
Give me a brother.
And the ABA.
Yeah.
Harlem Globetrotters. That was awesome. All right. Here is your question. To whom was the first .com domain registered? Was it think.com, mcc.com, symbolics.com, or nbc.com?
Oh, my God.
I know, it's a tough one. But all these are real domains.
Let's just go for, I have never heard of it,
Oh, MCC. That's a tough question. I recognize that one. It was symbolics.com. Incidentally, all 4 of those that I said were within the first 5 domain names given out.
Question number 5, Thomas.
Question number 5. What is capital of Missouri?
What is going on with your phone, Thomas?
Columbia?
Jefferson City?
Jefferson City.
Oh, Jefferson City.
Oh.
Hold up.
Not shocking for Missouri.
Can you guess which Jefferson that might be?
Yeah.
George.
Guess again.
Yeah.
Oh, sweetheart.
Get lost, dummy.
I have a buddy from St. Louis, and he always hates on Kansas.
Right.
Every once in a while, I just go, just remember, Missouri was on the wrong side of that original argument.
All right, your question. Judge Wapner spent 12 seasons being a judge on what reality TV show?
Rain Man.
Yes. My favorite was Doug Llewellyn. You guys remember Doug when they did
the host.
The hallway, man?
He was always very intense when he came on. I'm Doug Llewellyn. Welcome back to the People's Court.
Mike, you make a joke about Rain Man, but there was I'd say, at least a decade where you couldn't say Wapner without people like, Wapner. I watch Wapner.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803, Ron.
Hello, Zach. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola. Zach, are you on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Not sober.
All right, Zach. Let's see here. You're going to pick an adventure activity. Are you going to run a marathon, go down the Grand Canyon on a homemade raft, make it to Everett Base Camp 1, or encounter a hand-reared ram in the wild?
I'm just going hand-reared ram.
Reared.
Because it sounds fun.
Okay.
Reared.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, probably not.
All right, here's your question. Where on your body would you find your scapula?
Scapula. It's not in the eyes, is it?
It is not in the eyes.
Your shoulder.
That is correct. Shoulder/shoulder blade. So if it is in your eyes, something went terribly, terribly wrong.
Real bad.
Yeah. The parachute didn't open, not wearing the seatbelt.
Yeah, that's the one.
All right, here is your question. What common office supply item is named for the Asian abaca fiber used to make them? The only hint is that it's an Asian fiber. Common office supply item.
Common office supply. Post-it note?
Common office
pencil.
item. Made from a fiber.
Manila envelopes.
Oh. Asian.
Manila.
Yeah, I
Okay, that makes sense.
Manila. Right there. That's where they get the clams.
You realize that's Mike Tyson's favorite flavor. You want chocolate or vanilla? I take Manila. All right. And Mike, if you're listening, I'm the Ted Smith. Always want to clear that up. All right. The Ted Smith. That's who said it. Google it real quick so you can see what we look like. Okay.
Hey, he's always been a mid.
Yeah.
Mid fighter, anyhow.
All right.
Generic.
Here's your question. Multiple choice. Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, or Belarus? The city of Minsk is the capital of which? Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, or Belarus?
Belarus?
Got it.
Oh, boom.
Nice job.
Minsk, Belarus.
Nice job.
Minsk.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803, Ron.
Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Ahoy!
Ahoy! Justin, sober, not sober?
Definitely not sober.
All right, Justin, welcome to Big Dummy. Our men's room poll, pick an adventure activity here. You're going to run a marathon, do the Grand Canyon on a homemade raft, Everest Base Camp 1, or encounter a ram, a hand-reared ram in the wild?
Does the hand-reared ram mean, like, grown up with people?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm going to take that one on. My neighbor actually has, like, bighorn sheep, and we have to sort them yearly. And, they can be tricky, but if you get a hold of those antlers or their horns super quick and pin them to the ground, you can hold them down. But you only got one shot to do it.
Okay, well, if I could dodge a bullet, I wouldn't sweat someone with a gun. I mean, if I could lift up a polar bear, I would hike naked in the Arctic. I mean, just saying,
they're
like,
not as fast as a gun, but they're fast.
I'm not particularly fast, man.
I mean, most things aren't going to be faster than a gun.
That's a good, solid point.
One got me, but it.
What do you mean it got you? What happened when it got you?
We were sorting them, and they'll try and jump over anything. So we have makeshift fences we set up everywhere, and they're only 4 feet high, and they think they can fly over those. So one of them came flying at me, and I actually caught it. This was a juvenile. It wasn't a full-grown ram yet, and I caught it. Well, the second one, I did not catch that one, and it popped me right in the face. And busted my lip open. But then I was able to wrangle that one as well, and neither got over the fence. So
good one. Okay. All right, here's your question.
Bring it on the rim.
What are the names of the Pep Boys?
Ooh. Pep Boys.
Pep. P-E-P.
That's like the stereo company or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Pete.
Not a bad guess.
And Eddie.
I like it. Pete and Eddie. They both put a car stereo.
Larry, Curly, and Moe.
That's the Three Stooges. It's Manny, Moe, and Jack.
Manny, Moe, and Jack.
I didn't know there were
Manny,
three.
Moe, and Jack.
I didn't know if it was named after the Pete. I guess E would be. Yeah, anyways.
That sounds like a fun group of guys to drink with.
Oh, Manny, Moe, and Jack?
Yeah.
And they'd crush you in bowling, darts, and pool.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got no chance of beating any of those guys.
Watch out for Manny, though, who'll hit on your girl.
After he's crushed like 2 pitchers.
Sorry, Manny. I still love you, dude.
All right, here's your question. This is a multiple choice question for you. How many movies does Clint Eastwood sing in? None, 1, 2, or 3?
I'm going to go with none on that.
Brother, 2. He sings in Paint Your Wagon, and he sings in Honky Tonk Man.
Oh.
And I went and pulled up the video. Don't bother.
I can't imagine they're very good.
Does he sing, or does he just kind of talk over music?
He kind of sings at about
Honky
this
Tonk
pace,
Man.
because he's a cowboy reminiscing about whatever crap is going on. It's terrible.
He probably is like a couple shots deep on whiskey.
I would be. All right, your question. Easter Island is a part of what South American country?
Easter Island.
Easter Island. There were miners trapped
Can you
there.
repeat the question? You say South American country?
That is correct.
You could have it with beans or without.
Chile?
Chile. You like beans or no beans?
You know, I go back and forth. Sometimes I make it without beans. Sometimes I put them in there. If I go to Mike's, I might sometimes say, you know what, Mike? You crazy SOB. You throw those beans in.
All meat. Oh, I'll go all meat there.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on where I am. Yeah. If I was in Cincinnati, of course, no beans.
More Big Timmy coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Listen as Selenia tells us why she chose to vaccinate her daughter.
I definitely felt like the pros far outweighed the cons. The diseases that I am protecting my child against, they're still here. And at the end of the day, it's my job as a mother to keep my child safe.
Talk to your child's doctor and learn more at whyvaccines.com. Brought to you by Merck.
Inside every California avocado is a story. It's shaped by idyllic conditions, full of rich soil, gentle rain, and friendly California sunshine, where avocados flourish. Crafted with care by dedicated local farmers who are committed to responsible, sustainable growing. The best avocados have California in them. To understand why, all you have to do is open one up. In season now. Visit CaliforniaAvocado.com to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's DeJounte Murray here with New Balance Basketball. Introducing the two-way V4, where groundbreaking Field Cell technology meets fresh foam cushioning for the ultimate performance. With Field Cell, Each step feels explosive, delivering unparalleled energy return. Paired with fresh foam, experience maximum comfort throughout the game. Whether you're hitting the clutch shot or locking down the opposition, the two-way V4 gives you the tools to play at a high level. Learn more and purchase the two-way V4 for yourself at NewBalance.com.
What's up?
Well, it's what's down that's got my attention.
Oh?
Look at that long snake.
Snake? Oh, traffic. Those are cars.
I know they're cars. I'm being metaphorical. If I were a human, I'd ride that Bel Air airport or shuttle. Look at it. It gets you to SeaTac quickly. You can sleep, look out the window, be productive, and it's in the HOV. Hey, maybe it stands for heading on vacation.
Bel Air Airport or Shuttle with 8 round trips daily. Click airporter.com to book your trip today.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
99.9 KISW. We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 Rock. Steve, who is our next contestant, ready to play the big game?
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola. Mike, sober, not sober?
Sober.
Mike, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our Men's Room poll. You're going to pick an adventure activity. Will you run a marathon, do the Grand Canyon on a homemade raft, go to Everest Camp 1, or encounter a hand-reared ram in the wild?
If I do the canyon, do I get to bring the dog?
Sure, absolutely. Bring the corgi.
Yeah, I'll do the canyon. Yeah.
Are you handy? Do you think you can make a homemade raft?
With only 2x4s?
Whatever you want.
I mean, you could, like, Miles did it with what? The empty milk crates and Clorox bottles?
Yeah. Milk jugs.
Milk jugs, sorry.
Budget, I got it at Home Depot.
All right. They're known for selling their impromptu boat parts. All right. Here's your question. How many calories must you burn to lose 1 pound? Damn, Mike is
3,000.
Close. 3,500.
Ooh, that's a lot of calories.
That does seem like a lot of calories to lose a pound.
That's a pound of fat. So that's
pound of fat. Okay.
Kind of one of the things that they used to teach you, like, it's not all fat.
Right, it's not all fat. All right, here's your question. What kind of animal is Mrs. Tiggywinkle in the Beatrix Potter books? I'll give you a hint. Oh. It's also Ron Jeremy's nickname.
Oh, okay, I got that.
Jesus Christ.
Just give me a porn reference.
Pig.
Oh,
Hedgehog.
Like Sonic.
They call me the pig.
I guess we could have gone like Sonic instead of the porn reference.
I just thought it was funny. You guys were like, oh, yeah.
Like Sonic, I would have gotten that one way faster.
Yeah, we're talking Ron Jeremy. That's where my mind is at. Who's the better known hedgehog? Oh, Ron Jeremy. No doubt. All right, your question. Who sang the song, All My Rowdy Friends Are Coming Over Tonight?
All My Rowdy...
Celine Dion.
Yes.
Was the Monday Night Football theme for a while.
Mm-hmm. He just changed it to
Are
Monday
you ready
night.
for some football guy?
Johnny Cash.
Hank Williams Jr.
I thought it was Hank's song.
It is. And remember, for years, he did the opening for Sunday Night Football.
No, I thought it was his dad's song, and then he redid it for Monday Night Football.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure it's his song.
Mm-hmm. Is it?
I might be dead wrong.
All my rowdy friends?
All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight.
I will say, I was shocked when I heard that song, because I just...
For real the first time?
Correct. Because
I knew it from
growing
Sunday.
up, it was like, all my rowdy friends are back from Monday night.
Yeah. I had no idea it was a real song either. All right, here's your question. What's the toad in a traditional English toad in the hole dish? It's a breakfast dish.
What's the toad?
Yeah, what's the toad?
Okay, all right.
I knew you were...
Oyster.
No.
Is it an egg?
It's a sausage.
The sausage.
Oh. Or a...
banger.
A banger.
A banger.
A stag.
A toad. Question 5, Mike.
I actually really want to try that dish.
It looks good, man.
Yeah.
And I don't say that much about English food.
So, Ron, if you can hear me when you stay on my couch, you need to make that for me. I mean, he lives in Northern Ireland.
Oh, yeah, hook it up, man. All right, here's your question. What name is given to an elephant's second incisors? What's the name given to an elephant's second incisors?
What is an incisor?
That would be a tooth.
A molar?
They're tusks.
Oh.
There's big-ass teeth, yeah. I mean, really, they're
Ivory
super
teeth?
bucktooth. They're super bucktooth with a big-ass nose. All right, your question. What beer is known as the champagne of beers?
That he's gone.
You know this.
I think we're about to lose everyone. Are we losing everyone? No. Okay. We lost like 3, including my man there.
He just quit.
All right, the champagne of beers, gentlemen.
Miller High Life.
Miller High Life, absolutely.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
I miss the commercials with that kind of bigger black dude just busting into places and be like, "You need some High Life."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I remember it, man.
Also, for whatever reason, that is a Sunday beer for me.
It's a great
Really? Probably
Yeah.
because they advertise so much during football.
That and we have some mutual friends that got me convinced on Sundays if you drink High Life and you pour orange juice in the neck, won't be as
Okay, I was going to ask.
won't be as hungover because of the vitamin C.
So no 16-ounce tall boys.
Now, I'm talking about at the bar.
All right.
Oh, okay.
And usually the one bartender on Sunday is like, Jesus, this is going to spill all over him. Just put it in there.
Let's do it. Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. Justin, sober or not sober?
Sober.
Justin, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. Pick an adventure and activity. Will you run a marathon, do the Grand Canyon on a homemade raft, go to Everest Camp 1, or encounter a ram, a hand-reared ram?
Let's see here. I will take the raft.
The raft down the Grand Canyon.
All right. All right, Danny, here is your question. In the movie The Godfather, Clemenza says to leave the gun and take the what?
You know, I've never seen The Godfather.
Oh, really? All right, pretty
Kinda
famous line.
Yeah.
It's a very famous Italian dessert. So leave the gun, take the...
Cannoli.
Yeah.
One and done. You do the cannoli. Very good.
All right, hang on. You're one and done, which I did not think would happen today.
I always thought it'd be Clemenza.
All right, here is your one and done question. True or false? Every golf ball has the same number of dimples. True or false?
I'll go with true.
That's false.
False.
Yeah. All right, that's why I was looking at you, Miles. Is this true or false?
Yeah. It's weird. They have between 300 to 500 dimples.
Depends on how much spin you want.
Miles, do you mark your ball?
Do I mark my ball?
Like, do you put a little design on it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I know, like, a lot of people that golf all the time, there's, like, specific little designs so you know it's your ball.
Mine's a penis.
That doesn't shock me. I bet it literally is.
I was just thinking, like...
Right around the logo of Titleist. Just put that right in the middle of it.
Hello, Danny. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Danny, hold on. Sober, not sober?
Sober.
Sober Danny.
Mike, I like the idea that he's sitting at Elmer's, eating his breakfast, doing his shot, drawing the penis on his golf.
Laughing like Beavis and Butthead.
Right, just having the time of his life.
That's yours right there.
Titleist 3?
Yep.
Have a penis?
All right, Danny, pick an adventure activity. You're going to run a marathon, do the Grand Canyon on a homemade raft, Everest Camp 1, or encounter a ram in the wild.
I'll go with a homemade raft.
Golly, a lot of people are crazy. I wonder if they really ever did that.
What?
Like, if you could make a homemade raft. Here's the specifications on the materials that you can use.
I'm sure you could.
We'll be down at the stages in case, but how far can you go on this damn thing? Like, how far can you float down the Columbia River?
Well, you got to think that at some point back in the past, every boat you were on was kind of homemade.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'd have been like, I'll be the lifeguard, brother. I saw who built that. All right, here's your question. Multiple choice. What type of plant is an organ pipe? Yeah. Is it a rose, a cactus, an orchid, or a sunflower?
Let's go orchid.
I'm going to go sunflower.
Cactus. If you see a picture of it, you go, oh, that's what those particular cacti are called.
Organ pipe?
Organ pipe. As soon as you see it, like, that makes sense. All right.
It's got a whole bunch of shoots coming off of it. I can see it an organ.
Okay.
All right, your question. What country did the U.S. declare war against in 1846?
Oh, boy.
A lot of people forget we were at war in 1846.
France.
That was my guess, but that's wrong.
Mexico.
Oh, Mexico.
Hey, I like this Texas part.
What the hell's beeping back there, Danny?
Sorry, you know how noisy these UPS trucks are.
Now, I know you back up too much in my neighborhood, too.
All they do is beep.
God, you garbage trucks, backhoes. Christ almighty, do you ever go forward?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, sometimes.
Hey, when you have your hazards on, does your truck, is that what blinks?
Yeah, every time I turn a blinker on and hazards, it beeps. When they bleed back up, we have to honk, so you'll hear that from us. But at least it's not making like the garbage truck noises.
Okay.
All right.
Are you trained all of this before they let you drive one of these things?
You have to go to a whole week-long school before you can drive one.
Damn. All right. You're going to annoy a lot of people when you're going in reverse, but that's important to us.
Well, Danny, congratulations on the upcoming air conditioning. That's a big deal.
Oh, that's huge, man.
Wow, how about that?
You guys still drink down to the siren when you get off?
Oh, no, I'm on the peninsula.
All right.
So where do you drink? All right, Danny. Here's your question. After watching the movie Young Frankenstein, Steven Tyler wrote what song for Aerosmith?
Dude looks like a lady?
No, believe it or not, I'm not making this up. He wrote that song after meeting Vince Neil.
Okay, is it a classic?
You absolutely know the song. You absolutely positively.
It's not back in the... It's got to be an older one. So
it's an older song. He saw Young Frankenstein, and he wrote this song, and I would put this song... So everyone, not everyone, a lot of people knew this song, and then in the mid-'80s, a whole lot of people got to know this song.
Oh,
Dream On?
Nope.
I'd keep going, though.
From MTV. Big deal.
Walk This Way?
Walk This Way.
Huh.
Oh.
All right, question 5, Danny.
Question number 5.
Thanks for adding the music.
Yeah.
Heard that.
Kyiv is the capital of what country?
Kyiv?
Kyiv. We used to say Kiev.
I was going to say, is it Kyiv or Kiev?
Someone say Kyiv.
Ukraine, right?
Yes, there you go.
That's how we found out we were saying it wrong.
Kyiv.
Okay. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Oh, boy. Hello, Jess. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Jess, are you on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
Team Sober.
Jess, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll, you're going to do an adventure activity. Are you going to pick running a marathon, doing the Grand Canyon on a homemade raft, making it to Everest Camp 1, or encountering a hand-reared ram in the wild?
You said marathon, you can walk it, right?
Yes.
It's a marathon.
I'm still going to go with the rafting, the Grand Canyon. That sounds more fun.
I figured your logic would take you there.
It would definitely be more fun.
Oh, what did you say? I could have sex with who? Ryan Gosling? Okay, I'll take Sylvester Stallone.
Right. Thank you. All right, here's your question. What is the maximum number of clubs a golfer may use in a round?
Oh, gosh. Is that the whole 18 holes?
Yeah, it's basically the amount of clubs you can have in your bag at one time.
A wood and a wedge. I'm just going to take a wild guess and say 7.
13.
14.
Yeah. 14. Oh, I need one more.
Yeah, but just to kick your ass with half that number.
Which one am I missing? You got all the irons. You got all 3 woods. You got 2 wedges.
I just know it's 14 because we had to learn the rule book when I played JV golf at DeMatha.
Gotcha.
I'm glad they had you learn the rule book when you were playing golf.
Yeah.
And fellas, this is going to come in handy.
Because irons are 2 through 9, right, Miles?
I'm counting my clubs right now.
Sorry. He's writing them all down. That's what that silence is.
Then you got the woods, the 1,
See
3,
what he
5.
thinks.
1,
he's
2,
quiet.
3, 4, 5.
I mean, if you're
6,
playing
7,
just with
8,
your buddies
9, 10,
and you have a
11,
15th,
12, 13.
like a driving iron,
be damned.
somebody would have to call you out on it.
I could put another club in my bag.
You've been rolling with 13?
Yeah. No wonder I shoot so high.
What would you put in there, Miles?
I don't know. Something fun.
Something fun. You have a fun club? Just something fun.
Doubles as a bong.
All right, Jess, here's your question. What former American Idol contestant went on to win an Oscar for her role in the movie Dreamgirls?
Oh. Carrie Underwood?
Oh, you haven't seen Dreamgirls.
She's kind of a bigger gal, and I think she has brown hair. I can picture her face, but I don't know her name.
Jennifer Hudson?
Yeah, it's Jennifer Hudson.
It's not Carrie Underwood.
Black chick.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like a different movie with Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, Dreamgirls, probably not Carrie Underwood. All right, your question. The Bering Strait separates what 2 countries?
America and Russia.
Nice.
Very good.
You should say that with more confidence.
Nice job.
Somebody here says, I heard somewhere that Sylvester Stallone's first movie was a porn.
It was.
And that's where he got his nickname, the Italian Stallion. You're right. You ordered the pizza.
Look at this thing.
Hey, what's spotting me? Hello, Tom. Welcome to the men's room.
You to clean your pool.
Hola. Tom, are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober.
Sober Tom, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. You get to pick an adventure activity. You're going to try to run a marathon, do the Grand Canyon on a homemade raft, Everest Camp 1, or encounter a ram in the wild.
Grand Canyon on a homemade raft.
All right.
I am shocked that thing is winning so bad.
The Grand Canyon's going to be crowded.
Hey, that water's freaking flying through there.
Mm-hmm. That's the adventure, Miles.
I mean, they whitewater raft down that thing.
That is correct. They're going to do it.
You're going to do it on a homemade raft.
They're going to die, but that's exactly what they're going to do. All right, Tom, here is your question. Actress Carrie Fisher and singer Edie Brickell have both been married to what musician?
No idea. Steven Tyler.
Oh, you can call him Al, too.
Paul Simon.
Paul Simon.
How does he pull ass?
It's Paul Simon.
Yeah, I know, but still.
I mean, look, I'm with you. I hate the guy.
Maybe he's hung like Sly Stallone.
Yeah.
Paul Simon?
Mm-hmm. Sound of silence when I drop my pants and you see this thing.
I call it Garfunkel.
Hello, penis, my old friend.
He's got hair like it. Check that out. Hard Garfunkel penis.
I named him Garfunkel. People think he's a Muppet.
It's the bridge over troubled water.
Haven't trimmed in years.
Hello, darkness.
And it's bitter.
Like Bozo the Clown.
All right, here's your question. Which NBA team plays its home games at the Barclays Center?
Like Pinocchio with an afro. Is that the Nets?
Yeah. Good call.
Well done. Nice work.
Well done.
More of Big Dummy coming up. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-803-ROCK.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime, made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Nature has developed a lot of natural defenses. Take it from a little bug like me. I've pretty much seen them all. Porcupines got quills, snakes got venom, and me, I got camouflage. Nature's always finding ways to support life, like elderberries. Nature's Way extracted the best of the berry, tossed in vitamin C and D and zinc, and put them into a yummy immune-supporting gummy. Nature's Way Sambucus Gummies. Powerful immune support inspired by nature. Nature's Way.
99.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Your chance to win some tickets to see Aerosmith Black Crowes, November 24th, Climate Pledge Arena. It's the We're Officially Done tour. We'll give you the secret word coming up at 4:20. And when you hear that word, text it to 206-803-ROCK. In the meantime, the game is Big Dummy. Steve, who is our next contestant, ready to play the big game.
Hello, Carson. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whore.
Liquor and whores. Carson, are you sober or not sober?
I am sober.
All right, sober Carson, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. You get to pick an adventure activity. Will you run a marathon? Do the Grand Canyon on a homemade raft? Everest Camp 1, or encounter a hand-reared ram in the wild?
I'm going to go with everybody else and just do a homemade raft.
Okay, we got a text from a guy who basically said that he did the Colorado River. And if you do it...
On what? I'm assuming an actual boat?
Yes.
All right.
A couple weeks, I believe, a few hundred miles on that thing with some of the biggest rapids he's ever encountered in his life, is what he said. He said, you have to have permits to do the Grand Canyon for sure. But apparently it's pretty questionable as far as the safety involved.
Yeah, you're going to die, but that's okay, man. Mm-hmm. You went out doing what you love, screaming.
Yep.
All right, here is your question. What is the chemical symbol for iron on the periodic table?
Isn't it ID? I'm not sure.
PB?
Actually, you be wrong. PB is lead. FE is for iron. Ferrium, right?
Okay, here we
That's
go.
what it used to be called.
Let's see here. I rode a raft on the Colorado River through the Grand Canyon. These people are hilarious. Over 250 miles. Takes over 2 weeks to get down and has some of the biggest rapids I've ever run. Yeah.
So I'm guessing that person's not picking the
They'd be better off
boat.
just trying to swim their way down, he says.
All right, good to know. All right, Carson, your question. Where on your body is the axilla? You have two of them.
The axilla?
Mm-hmm. A-X-I-L-L-A. Axilla.
Two of them. I'm going to go collarbone.
Not a bad guess.
Elbows.
Armpits.
Armpits.
Can you do the armpit farts there, Carson?
Oh, I love doing those, but I can't do it anymore.
Why can't you do it anymore?
I don't know. I could do it when I was a kid, but not anymore.
Have you shaved under your pits? Step one.
No, I don't do that.
All right, well, that's a good start.
Can you still do it? Can you oh, there we go. Yeah. Listen, man, my son turned 4 years old. I mean, we spent like an hour working on this until he could finally get the fart out. Then he wouldn't stop, and I thought it was awesome.
I could never do it.
Really?
I never learned how to do it.
Oh, my God. To me, this is one of the most important parts of growing up.
I wanted to do, but I never learned it.
Yeah, every time. Every time. Yeah. Like, I was so excited to teach it. Some guys, they want to play sports, you want to do all these things. I'm like, no, I get it. We'll get there. Do the armpit fart. This is the greatest thing I can possibly teach you. And he still uses it to this day. Take that, math teacher. All right. Here is your question. Who wrote A Farewell to Arms?
Who wrote A Farewell to Arms? Oh.
No.
The drummer in Def Leppard.
Bethany.
I couldn't tell you. No, not a clue.
Any guesses? He also wrote The Old Man in the Sea.
Oh, Hemingway.
Ernest Hemingway, that's right.
But he had both.
He did have both arms. Guy from Def Leppard. All right.
I didn't say the last name, but I heard the other one too.
All right. Your question, where might one expect to hear a Wilhelm scream? I guarantee you've heard it. The Wilhelm scream.
Scream?
Mm-hmm. Unless you are deaf, it is almost impossible to avoid hearing this.
The sound a 2-year-old girl makes.
What, the Appalachian Mountains?
No. So almost any movie or TV show that you have watched in the last 70 years.
Scream.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's kind of become... All right.
That one, yep.
That's the actual scream, and they'll blend it in with other people screaming. But I mean, there are, like, just look it up. There are countless movies and TV shows, and for whatever reason, like every audio engineer on earth, it's just kind of their funny tribute to the guy. Yeah. But yeah, if there's a scream, they play that scream.
Wasn't Wilhelm like a famous butler for somebody?
I don't know. This particular Wilhelm, I don't know if it's the actor or the character he played, but he's a cowboy, he's crossing a river, he gets shot, and that's the scream that actor gave, scream.
All right.
Which really is kind of a bitch-ass scream, but they still use it to this day.
I will say, though, when you scream in extreme pain, I've seen it twice, it is a gut-wrenching sound.
Yeah, you can't duplicate true distress.
No. Yeah, I saw a guy in side control in a fight hit a guy right on the eye socket with a hammer fist. And that dude let out such a horrible scream that the ref just stopped the fight. Like the whole arena went silent.
Yeah, somehow you know. There was, a couple of months ago, or maybe last year, there was a shark attack off the coast of Australia. And everyone on the beach, there's nothing they could do about it. The guy's ripped off the surfboard. But the only thing anyone brought up was that guy's scream. Yeah. Going down. Like, damn. Not the blood, not that, just the scream. All right, here's your question on a happier note. Who did Michael Jackson marry in May of 1994?
Couldn't tell you. I wasn't alive then.
Okay, don't rub it in, man. I admit that I'm old. Lisa Marie Presley. I hope she talked like this. Come on, Michael. Put her right here on my lips.
You got bubbles, I got a hound dog. But wait a minute, there's bubbles, fella, you're talking about. You can wear shoes in the bed. As long as they're blue. Here's ready. You know what I call it down there, my hound dog.
All right. Here's your question. Man, that would be a hard one to overcome. I have a nickname for it. I call it my hound dog. Like,
my peanut butter and banana hamburger.
I mean, I don't care.
Really?
I'll go tame that dog.
Hunker down on the hound dog, Teddy.
Can I pet that dog?
Would you sing giving the dog a bone?
I'll pet that dog. I mean, that's just a weird interaction. Her being like, I call it my hound dog, and I yell, can I pet that dog?
Let me put my face on. Call him McGruff. I'm not ready to go yet. Give me 5 minutes. He was a pioneer, though, man. He was the first one that said, don't step on these new shoes.
Mm-hmm. And it really caught on.
It's going to be trouble.
All right, here's your question. What is the ball or flat plate that sits on top of a flagpole called? Shares a name with the type of vehicle.
I was just going to go with the ball. These are some
Is it a car brand?
Here.
Truck. It's a truck.
So it's like the name of the truck, kind of like the Tundra and whatnot, right? It's not like a...
It's just called the truck.
Oh, the truck.
The thing at the top of the flagpole.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Truck.
We were getting really detailed here, Miles.
I know. It's just like, I think everyone's overthinking it, man. It's just called
It's
a
the
truck.
truck in the bed.
Colorado.
Is it like a Tacoma?
All right, Carson, your question. Marine biologist Stephen Hillenberg, that's a clue, is better known for creating what popular cartoon? He was a marine biologist.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would think a cartoon that has to do with something in the water. If I were you, Carson.
You are tracking.
Popeye? I don't...
Oh, SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Of course.
If I'm not mistaken,
You can't see all of the very deeply scientific marine biological information when you watch that
I
cartoon.
think, honestly, he was just staring at like a little ecosystem that was going down there, and just that's when it came to
Just started writing characters.
I should throw a
Carson,
squirrel in here.
you're on question number 8.
Ooh, question number 8.
Wow.
Don't feel bad. I know these are tough questions today. But last week people bet, it was too easy. Like, okay, well, here's some different ones. All right, both Amazon and the beauty brand Avon, they started out selling what product?
Oh, books.
And I know you know that from Avon.
Nice, Carson.
I know you're going to lie and say, oh, Avon, yeah, it was books.
Game is Big W 206-803, Rob.
Hello, Julie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Julie, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober.
All right, what are we drinking today?
A couple Bud Lights, a couple tequila shots.
Wow. All right.
Way to get it going early, Julie. Okay, you're going to pick an adventure activity on our men's room poll. Will you run a marathon, do the Grand Canyon on a homemade raft, Everest Camp 1, or encounter a ram in the wild?
I'm going to do the raft in the Grand Canyon.
Oh, man. Okay.
I don't think people just listen to what you read about the guy that did it in a real raft.
I don't think so.
I don't think they care.
Maybe they don't.
Double said.
Yeah. I would have Huck Finn that thing.
All right, here is your question.
My trusty dog named?
Well, you call it Benji, but the full name is... All right, your question. A royal is the name given to a stag with a how many point antlers?
3.
You got to do better than that, man. 12.
12.
12
pointer.
12 pointer.
Stag party.
How you doing, 11? Not quite royal, are you? All right, Julie, your question. Vermilion is a shade of what color?
Red.
Oh, you got it. Now, Julie, let me tell you what I find funny about this, all right? I am convinced that with dudes, like the colors of the rainbow, add brown, add black, add white, we're kind of done, right? Silver, gold, and everything else from there is just like this, like that. So even when I wrote the question, I'm like, I bet you if I am talking to a woman, she will get this right. If I ask a dude, he won't. So while you got it right, everyone in here is mouthing to me their guesses. Nobody said red.
I thought it was purple.
Yeah, not one person said red.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 round.
Is she not one and done?
Nope, that was two.
Oh, all right.
She's two and due.
Two and due.
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Steve.
Hola.
Hola. Steve, sober or not sober?
Not sober.
All right, Steve, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, what adventure are you going on in our men's room poll? Are you going to run a marathon, do the Grand Canyon on a homemade raft, Everest Camp 1, or encounter a ram?
Oh, no. Everest Camp 1 all the way.
That is adventurous.
Is that something you'd actually want to do, or are you just picking it today?
Well, I've already done everything else, so why not?
What have you done locally?
I've been all over the country.
No, I understand that, but Everest is the tallest mountain in the world. I was just curious if you had any skill in that level.
No.
Okay.
Turn down your radio.
Okay, sorry.
You don't like hearing the sound of your own voice again?
30 seconds behind it.
Okay, it's off.
All right. Here is your question. What brand of stapler is Milton attached to in the movie Office Space?
Milton?
Milton. Very nerdy character.
I don't know.
The question's more as what brand of stapler?
Yeah, what
Not
brand of
anything
stapler.
to do with Milton.
You see my stapler?
The only stapler brand I can think of is Streamline or Stingline or something.
Swingline.
Swingline. There you go. One and done. What do you know? But before we let you go, a 50-50 question for you. Football players started wearing helmets in 1943. True or false?
False.
True. And do you know what they were made out of?
Leather.
Moleskin specifically.
Oh, really?
Did you guys ever see video of them like testing it out? There's literally a dude laying on the ground with one of those helmets on. The guy's just kicking the living tar out of
Literally
his
like little teeny tiny moles.
Yeah, moleskin.
Oh,
Yeah.
so how many little teeny tiny?
How many moles go into one helmet?
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be 100, right?
But nobody
Well,
really
how
cares
small
about moles.
Well, moles, I mean, you're skinning a mole.
Right.
I mean, a mole's a mole.
How big is a mole?
It's like a little teeny tiny thing. Moles are like this big. You're
So
skinning
they're
a
about
mole?
the size of like a big mouse.
They're not even that big.
Really?
No, they're smaller than a mouse.
So how many moles do you think it would take to cover your head?
That's what I'm saying. I got a
You got a bigger head, man. You killed more moles.
I know.
And it's Miles Mole Killer Montgomery.
It's actually moles for my arm.
Hello, Rebus. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, my grandpa actually had one of those helmets. I've held it in my hands. Those things are awesome.
Did he really? That's cool.
Yeah. He played football for Notre Dame, and so did all my uncle. So my uncle has it now.
Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, back when they were actually good.
Yes, yeah. You could fold it up and put it in your back pocket. It was very strange.
Is that even protection at that point?
No, it's a scarf.
No.
Blow your nose on it. All right, Rebus, are you sober or not sober?
I'm team always sober.
All right.
Oh, all right.
Okay, Rebus, men's room poll, pick an adventure activity. Run a marathon, Grand Canyon on a homemade raft, Everest Camp 1, or encounter a ram in the wild.
Every single one of them is going to end up killing me, but I'd rather not get like a ram to the nuts. And I have some experience with building that kind of raft, so I'm going with the raft.
Homemade raft.
Yep.
But you do recognize you're going to die. I appreciated that part.
Oh, yeah.
And Rebus, he wants to meet Jesus.
Rebus is just all right. Rebus, here's your question. What famous duo also recorded under the name Tom and Jerry? Was it Hall & Oates, Sonny and Cher, Simon and Garfunkel, or Outkast?
Simon and Garfunkel.
One and done, Rebus. Nice job.
A lot of golf and Paul Simon questions today.
Well, you know, when he's in my mind, I can't let it go. All right, your one and done question for you. True or false, the Tour de France...
He doesn't care.
We'll get it. We'll guess.
Rebus doesn't care.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Tour de France always finishes in Italy.
I'm going
False.
to say true.
That is, in fact, false. It ends in France.
Yeah, you got to ride through the Champs-Élysées.
Is that how they say it?
I have no idea.
Now they have it written here, and I'm like, I can't.
That big arch.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I say Champs-Élysées, but it's the Champs-Élysées. Hello, Ryan. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
Saying it American, man. It's a big-ass arch.
Sober or not sober?
Sober.
All right, Ryan.
Look at the size of that arch.
Okay, pick an adventure activity. You're going to run a marathon, do the Grand Canyon on a homemade raft, Everest Camp 1 or encounter a ram in the wild?
I'm going to do the rafting as well.
Man, people are crazy today.
And there's no real good answer.
No.
By the way, Miles, when people are checking in, they say, hey, you're thinking of a bull or a shrew versus a mole. Some moles are like the size of a small dog. Oh, so we might want to just kill one mole, and you got yourself a helmet, buddy.
You had a mole problem.
So here's the footage I was talking about. So the guy there in the middle, he has the helmet on, and then so he's going to lay down in the middle of them over there.
And this is a test for them.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Damn.
They're just kicking it.
Man. Doesn't look like he's happy. Okay.
See, it's protecting his head.
He didn't start drooling until the 8th kick.
The thing is, Mike, he was already 50, so they figured he's about done.
He's going full speed into a brick wall. Jesus. All right.
I mean, look, let's be honest. 100 years from now, they're going to look at the helmets we were using and be like, what were those guys thinking?
We're going to go back another 100.
Yeah.
We got
Concussion's the sound it makes.
By the way, Ted, someone just texted in the pronunciation. It is Champs-Élysées. Champs-Élysées.
That was close.
You were better than me. All right, here's your question. What actor played Hans Gruber in Die Hard?
This guy just passed away not so long ago, didn't he?
2020, I think.
Bruce Willis, is it?
That was not Bruce
He
Willis.
was in it.
Alan Rickman.
He's still alive, right?
No, he's dead, I think.
No, Alan Rickman is Bruce Willis is still alive.
Yes.
I've been dead for years.
Everything I'd say.
Well, and Alan Rickman got really famous for being bad guys and like nerdy stuff, too.
Yeah. And to me, I always call him White Shaq.
Harry Potter, not nerdy stuff. Sorry, Mike.
He always talks like this when he talks about anything. I'm like, if you were 7 foot tall and black, you'd be Shaquille O'Neal. Right? I mean, seriously. All right, your question. Who played Simon Gruber in the sequel Die Hard with a Vengeance? He was also the voice of Scar in The Lion King.
I have no idea. I'm not a movie buff.
Brian Rickman.
Jeremy Irons.
Oh, yeah. I hate that guy.
Jeremy Irons?
I don't know. He just always, maybe it's just because of the movies where he plays bad guys.
He can't play a good guy when you look and sound like that.
Correct.
Right?
So I know nothing about him personally.
You just like, I don't like him.
Yeah.
He played one of the Three Musketeers in Man in the Iron Mask.
Okay, well, thanks for chiming in with that,
You have
man.
friends
I
at
never saw
Iron
that
all the
movie.
time?
What's that?
Do you have any friends at Iron all the time? When you hear a name, it's just like, all right, what is he full?
Jeremy Irons? Okay. Yeah. Hey, man, they told me to come here. It is my name.
Jeremy Shaves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeremy Shaves.
What else do you do?
All right, your question. First arriving in 1947 and featuring a marionette, what was the first kids' TV show in the United States? It'd be like if you greeted a turd.
It is.
1947.
1947. It was a marionette. This was the first kids' TV show in the United States.
I believe it was a Western. At least the name.
Yeah,
the
basically.
Name, kind of
Oh,
alludes to
yeah.
that.
And like I said, it sounds like you greet a turd.
Greet a turd.
What is that little guy's name?
This is a very marionette style name.
I don't know. Mr. Rogers.
Come on, Ted.
It's a greeting.
You're greeting.
Is it Honky?
A piece of wow.
Man,
that may have been my name for it, but he's up, buddy.
A honky hour.
That's what we called it in my house, but
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the honky hour.
No, I could picture him. He's
I'm
like,
Tim
isn't he like a
Rickman.
little cowboy?
Sorta, yeah, it's howdy doody.
Howdy, dude. All right, so honky, howdy. I was close.
And greeting a turd. Howdy doody.
All right.
See, that's all I'm saying. Okay, that's how I remember things, Ted.
Okay.
All right. Your question, the Appalachian Trail runs over 2,000 miles from the state of Maine to what southern state? Trying to think.
Florida?
Oh, no,
Georgia.
It mercifully ends before Florida. It stops in Georgia. Even the mountain said, you know what? We're just going to stop here. Things are weird down there.
Yeah, Deliverance, far enough. Question 5.
Question number 5. How many years did probation last in the United States?
Prohibition?
Prohibition. What did I say? Probation. Jesus Christ.
Depends.
How many years did prohibition last in the U.S.? Thank you, Mike.
We've been on probation for a while.
Was it long or short? Can I get a hint here?
Depends on your perspective.
Depends on how long you
I'll
think.
put it this way.
A week is long for me, dude.
Prohibition, it made it to its bar mitzvah, and then it was done.
That long?
Yeah.
Say 6 months?
Yeah, 13 years.
13 years.
Oh, wow.
Question 6.
I thought it was like 3 years. I thought they turned that around fast.
They did
No,
not, man.
It was 13 years.
But crime showed up, and they said, you know what? All right. While we're talking about that, what U.S. state cast the 36th and deciding vote to repeal prohibition? And as a hint, it's probably the last state you would think. They repealed prohibition, but as we see the state now, you'd be like, there's no way that this state said, yeah,
that should be
let's serve alcohol.
That's a glaring hint right there.
Like in the lower 48, it is known for being a non-drinking state.
In fact, I think...
A non-what state?
A non-drinking state. Or the beer they get, I want to say, even has a lower alcohol
about
content.
To say, they don't... Yeah.
It's a very religious state, Ryan. When you think of religion in a state, what state do you think of?
Massachusetts.
They drink pretty heavy, Massachusetts.
And they go to church every Sunday, too.
Utah, believe it or not.
Question 7, I believe it.
I mean, Massachusetts, a lot of Irish Catholics. They're drinking.
They're like, prohibition? What are you talking about?
What?
Is that a thing?
We never stopped.
Thought it was a suggestion. All right.
Trust me, like, there was always a cooler in the back afterwards for your father.
Guaranteed. All right, your question. Poseidon was the Greek god of what? Poseidon, the Greek god of what? You like to get wet.
Poseidon.
The ocean.
Okay. Very good.
Damn, man.
Head Chef is coming up. Ted's Meat and Potatoes, dirty foods, gross foods, all the fun that you don't want to eat. Coming up with the Head Chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes. And we've got your emails on the way next in the men's room at KISW.com.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime, made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime, made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's up?
Well, it's what's down that's got my attention.
Oh?
Yeah, look at that long snake.
Snake? Oh, traffic. Those are cars.
I know they're cars. I'm being metaphorical. If I were a human, I'd ride that Bel Air airport or shuttle. Look at it. It gets you to SeaTac quickly. You can sleep, look out the window, be productive, and it's in the HOV. Hey, maybe it stands for heading on vacation.
Bel Air Airport or Shuttle with 8 round trips daily. Click airporter.com to book your trip today.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Head chef all the way, Ted's meat and potatoes, dirty foods and gross foods coming up. But first time for a few emails from the Men's Room at KISW.com.
You've got mail.
On our poll today, one of the options was to take a homemade raft down the Colorado River in the Grand Canyon. One on that. But Cholos, I have a raft story. Back in the 80s, myself and a bunch of my friends decided to attend Seafair on a homemade raft. We borrowed supplies from a local building center under construction. Plywood 2x4s were in stacks in the back of the site. Another late-night raid for large chunks of styrofoam for the floats. We hit the boat launch free. South of the race course, spent a while paddling north, ended up tying to another buddy who had a construction company that erected scaffolding in Lake Washington with a keg.
Okay.
By the end of the day, the raft was completely underwater because so many people joined us. We walked off the disintegrated raft and hiked back to our vehicles. Good times. That from Bernie the Glass Man. As we jump into the birthdays, guys, my name is Shay, and I'm writing in for myself. Today I'm 34 years old. Could I get a couple of thoughts, and you guys maybe giving us an original fish sandwich? Maybe a fart montage, if you could. Thanks, guys. That from Shay. Guys, my man Jason is turning the big 4-0 today, and I have a full planned surprise day for him. He listened to your show and has got me into it. We're long distance right now, so every Friday when we make the trip, we listen and talk about the show for an hour and a half, maybe two, right into Skagit Valley. It is turning into an everyday thing when we catch each other in the car together. Let me tell you a little bit about him. He's one of the kindest guys I know. She calls him an a-hole. He's from San Diego, moved up here to the great state of Washington a few years ago. To sum it up, he's had one hell of a ride for life, and it's made him an amazing man. He, by the way, did get a local liquor store here in Skagit Valley to order the Men's Room IPA from Black Raven Brewery.
Nice.
We can only find it down south, so got to give it to the man. So for his 40th, let's see here. How about a pep talk from Coach Ted on turning 40 and the Dirty Germans telling him to get ready for a wild ride. Thank you, guys. That from Rochelle. Is it going to go? There we go.
All right, turning 40. Tell you what, 40's a big one, man. I say you go out this weekend and you celebrate big. What's kind of big? Sure, burger. I don't know, maybe a giant pizza. No, you're going huge. I'm talking steak. Not just steak, you order that damn bone marrow. Suck up all the fat.
Yeah, since he promised you a wild ride, I will tell you what a wild ride means in Germany. It means that I have rough sex with you in the woods.
Yeah. Or you could always play hide the pretzel inside the bratwurst.
Tricky game, but you get the hang of it.
Yeah, just make sure you boil it.
Guys, today's my son Brian's 44th trip around the sun. He's a longtime listener. Hit him with your best shot, Mike. Whatever you got over there you want to give Brian. 44 years old.
So, suck it up, cupcake!
Please clap.
Martellus, I'm turning 49 today. I feel like I'm in great shape for my age. That was until this morning when I found myself struggling to open up a jar of jelly. It felt like it fused itself shut. Anyway, I eventually prevailed. So can I get some advice from Coach Ted on how I should spend my last year in my 40s down here in Jacksonville? And Captain Crunch telling me how he spent his last year in his 40s. Thanks, guys. That from Brett.
All right, it's a little tough because I know things have changed in Jacksonville since I was down there. But it's your last year in your 40s and you're approaching 50, right? Now, when you turn 50 in Florida, you get to be Florida crazy. I say you start early. Go down to the beach, get a jug of wine, and pass out in the sand.
Little Captain action.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Ooh, well, ahoy there. The old captain's last year in his 40s was spent in a Nicaraguan prison on bestiality charges. But eventually, after a long legal battle, I got the charges dropped, but we provided video evidence that Tony the Tiger was pitching, and I was catching. So thank you, Aunt Jemima, for filming it. Also, I farted orange hairballs for 3 months. Crunchberries.
Hey, guys, a big 75th birthday to my buddy's dad, Randy. How about a penis that's too small, and thanks for the small throats. Go Hawks and bow down, go Huskies. That from me, Ted Smith.
Happy birthday, Randy!
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, Mom. A couple extra emails real quick here. We had a box today that was sent from a guy named Travis in Oregon.
Hello, Travis in Oregon.
And it's from Portlandia Foods. And what we have is a 6-pack of Portland organic mustard and a 6-pack of Portland organic ketchup.
All right.
So we each can take a bottle home and enjoy the deliciousness that is the Portland ketchup.
Everyone swears by this stuff. I've not tried it.
Miles is not lying. I was down in the Portland area, excuse me, Saturday, and was eating some of their delicious ketchup and everything, and it was super good. You know what? And the thing is, Thrill, you just have to remember to use the ketchup. That's the most important thing. Remember to use the ketchup. Remember.
We have a chance for you to go see Aerosmith and the Black Crowes, November 24th, Climate Pledge Arena. A little late on that one, but...
is there a specific time that you use that ketchup there, Ted?
420.
420.
That's what I use the ketchup if I remember.
So close to being on a roll there for a week.
I'll tell you what, man, you've been on fire the last 2 weeks.
I kept this up here in front of me because I was going to do this right out of the break, and then of course stone brain took me away from that. Oh, here's what you want to do. Text the word lady right now to 206-803-ROCK. Lady. You bring me up when I'm down. Aerosmith. 206-803-ROCK. They did that one, didn't they? What? Lady, you bring me up when I'm
Aerosmith.
down. Yeah.
That's not Aerosmith.
Lady, your love's the only...
Isn't that a funk band?
Yeah, that is not Aerosmith.
Yeah, it's a Commodores for crying out loud. Lady? You know, or Kenny Rogers, lady. In this case, it's probably from...
your knight in shining armor, and I love you.
And then there's
Lady tomorrow when I sneak out of bed.
I was singing, I think, Tom Jones, right?
Oh, yeah, Sticks. Oh. Lady.
There's another.
Lady. How many songs are named
with
Lady?
You, I'm smiling. Lady. Text that right now to 206-803-ROCK. Okay, coming up, we will drink and toast with a shot of the day, but first...
Time to open wide and sample Ted's meat and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the men's room, the Ted Nugent.
Head chef in the house.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. You guys enjoy eating contaminated foods?
You know it.
More contaminated. I will only eat a canned food if there's a big-ass dent on the side or if it's rusted.
Yeah, well, most people don't know. You go buy produce, organic produce, and then there's contaminated produce.
It's right next to it. It's hard to miss.
Yeah, come on down to Ted's.
We're contaminated with flavor. Contaminated with savings.
So this is a list of the Dirty Dozen, the most contaminated foods, basically at your grocery store.
So these are all healthy then?
Because I'm guessing.
Because, I mean, you're not
alfalfa sprouts seem
Cinnamon Toast Crunch isn't contaminated.
But I think of all the things that seem like E. coli, and it always seems like spinach or not Brussels sprouts, alfalfa sprouts.
And you're right. It's all fruits and veggies. It's like pesticides, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So this is why, remember, wash off your fruit and vegetables.
Yes.
All right. Number
You're
12.
looking at me like I'm ever going to be in that position.
Now I know.
Do you do it for your family?
No.
You don't cook with vegetables, though, do you?
I mean, I'll cook with like mirepoix.
I mean, like if your kid wants broccoli, will you touch it?
Onion, celery, carrots as a base or something.
Okay.
I'm sorry if he touches what?
Celery. Will you like cut a broccoli?
Look, celery, carrots, and onions are great for cooking. They kind of give you that base flavor you're familiar with. If the kid wants broccoli, he can have broccoli, but it must be in a separate dish if I'm also eating the same thing.
Well, what about that Holy Trinity, dude?
That's celery, onions, and green pepper.
Yeah.
That's my Cajun accent.
Dude.
Hey, dude. I'm coming over here to see what. There's one guy, he's like,
welcome to the week's yeah.
Hey, dude, this is what we cooking at. We're starting with a stick of butter. All right. Right. First on the list, green beans.
Green beans.
I will say, though, green beans is not something... Like, I don't know if people eat raw green beans.
Yeah, they do.
Really?
I mean, think about the fact that sometimes they're pickled, but they'll put a raw green bean in a Bloody Mary.
But it's pickled.
Sometimes. Depends on who's doing it.
If I go to a bar and you just have a random-ass green bean in there...
What are you going to do? You're going to flip the drink over, light it on fire?
Hey, I'm throwing a stool.
Green beans, you never go wrong buying frozen green beans. They're one of the better frozen
Well, you went wrong by doing that.
Yeah.
I will say this. If you growing up, I know a lot of kids and stuff. I was one of them. It's like, eating vegetables, blah, blah, blah. I started with, you could buy the frozen, almost like shaved green beans.
Yeah, French cut.
Oh, thank you, boss.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Those are better.
Well,
they're not good in the casserole.
They're easier. I guess as a kid, when I got into my 20s, it was an easier way to get green beans involved.
Did you ever eat green beans that weren't in a can, though, when you were growing up?
Never.
Yeah, I was going to say, I did not realize that, like, green beans, like, they don't actually look like that.
If someone jars green beans, man, and you get it homemade from a garden,
that's right.
They're fantastic.
My wife just puts them into ramen.
Yeah. I mean, I eat green beans all the time now. Like, I like them. There's different versions. But, Thrill, you're exactly right. Potatoes and green beans, for the most part, came out of jars or cans when I was a kid. Next on the list, Thrill, be careful at your household. Blueberries.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Got to wash them.
She does. She washes them, but she's also a germaphobe, which is cool when they're 13.
Oh, she washes.
Like, baby, just press it. We're on the third floor. Do you know how many germs are on that button? Like, press the goddamn button. And then she puts her little sleeve over her finger and presses it. That's how you didn't do it. Now you got to burn your shirt.
Does she have like the cook shoes, like the little finger condoms?
She does not. Now I will not get them for her. Like just deal with it.
I mean, that's what everybody calls them. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like if you have a cut or something.
Oh yeah, everyone called it the finger condom.
Yeah. All right, these are the dirty dozen. Next on the list, cherries. But again, now cherry, I will admit, I have eaten a dirty cherry before.
Isolate that.
One time in college.
I'm just saying, you could go to a stand or a farmer's market.
Right.
There's a cherry. It's like, I'll give it a whirl.
Are you saying you steal cherries?
No, they will offer you some. If you wait long enough, Miles.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Miles can walk by your stand and grab it.
Yeah,
that is pretty good.
No need to offer.
I'll tell you what, I'm friends with a couple King County sheriffs. I don't know many Seattle cops these days. I have to figure out, it will take me a while, when Miles is going to go shopping at his store.
Just take him out?
And just send one of my guys in there and be like, you see him grab that grape, but you attack.
I mean, tase his ass.
I'm going to bite into a raw onion, then I'm going to take that.
Next on the list, it goes well with onions, bell and hot peppers.
Okay.
I will admit, I've been guilty of you ever get the little miniature bell peppers?
On occasion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got to remind myself to wash those, because sometimes you just get to dip it with them.
That's the thing. I don't eat them raw, so it's not a problem.
I clear out, though, the white crap in the middle. So I always open them up and clean them out pretty good.
But do you wash them?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Next on the list is apples.
Yeah, I feel like we've heard that since childhood.
Yeah, that's just one of those things. Miles, you never eat an apple?
Nope.
That's so weird, man.
No
They're
apples,
delicious.
no cherries. I'm good on this list. I'm healthy.
All right.
Come on, grapes.
What about nectarines?
When's the last time you knew someone that ate a nectarine? every time I see someone eat one, they're like, man, this is good. I should eat it more often. And I said, but you're not going to.
I feel like nectarines, aren't those tiny oranges?
They're basically.
Them and the tangerine really lost out when, like, the cuties showed up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just get a bag of cuties.
We so cute.
This is the Dirty Dozen. Pears.
Okay. All right. Once again, don't have to worry about it unless it's on a fruit plate.
I'm with you.
Fruits D student.
I'm with you. As much as I love apples, and I know it's its cousin, but I hate pears.
Taste good.
No.
Really?
Oh, God.
You
no.
don't like pears? I mean, I don't love pears, and I rarely defend anything that's grown naturally.
Mealy damn thing.
It is a little mealy.
If they're thinly sliced on a cheese plate, they're pretty top notch. That's how I like them the best.
Cheese makes everything better.
Well, yeah. I mean,
totally. I mean, that's what
you're
I'm
not
saying.
wrong.
It takes more than just the pear to get me to eat that.
Exactly.
But paired flavor stuff I liked. I'm with Mike. They're too mealy and stuff. Next on the list, peaches.
Don't have to worry about that.
Millions of peaches.
I love peaches.
I'll do peach cobbler.
Yeah. Now, do you buy an actual peach or do you buy the crap that we used to get our kids where you just open the cup and presto, there's peaches?
I'm not allowed to get those anymore. We get real peaches.
Really?
Yeah.
Why can't you get those?
That's all high fructose corn syrup.
That's why my kids like them.
I don't like the fuzz on it. I don't think you should eat hairy things.
Mild.
I disagree.
I'm moving along.
All right.
Kale, collard greens, and mustard greens.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, that seems pretty normal that everybody would wash it.
You would think it'd be all lettuces then. But I guess like arugula is a dirty lettuce. You know, like you'd think all that stuff.
The ones that show up gritty are the ones that you should probably wash.
You guys have a salad spinner?
Yeah, I use it constantly.
I do not. Change your life, dude.
It is.
Really?
Oh,
yeah. It's fantastic.
It'll keep you from buying bagged lettuce. It keeps the lettuce longer,
dude.
and it's fresher, and it tastes better, and you feel better after you make it.
100%.
Just use your spoons to make your salad.
Yeah.
Spinach shows up on the list.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Which is tough because I like spinach, but I think I always wash. You know what? God damn it. Now that I'm thinking about it, if I buy a big tin of spinach, I'm not positive I wash it or just throw it in the bowl and start making a spinach salad.
Man, I would wash spinach, and this is just me, right? So all this crap could potentially be unhealthy, but like I play the long game of killing myself, so like I smoke. But if they said, hey, if you smoke a cigarette, you drop dead, I would stop. So if it might have pesticides on it, like, it's microplastics, it's tobacco, I can live with that. E. coli seems to be the thing that spinach attracts, and that's like, do you want to poop jet black liquid for 3 days?
I would buy the bag that says pre-washed and still wash it.
Yeah.
I wash it off in my smoothie mixture.
I shower with it.
You're making a whole meal in there, huh?
Absolutely. I'll wash all your veggies, baby.
Kind of like Kramer. Strawberries make the list, obviously. But again, that's one of those fruits that, like, it sounds so weird, but like where I grew up, you know, it's far from the country, but there was like one of those stores that sold, like, they grew everything, kind of like a little farm, kind of in the hood. And I remember there was this part of the year where you could go and pick strawberries. So even though they were dirty, we'd eat them. Kind of like those.
Sure.
There's all kinds of little mites on those things too, so you're gonna want to wash that off. Oh yeah, you ever seen the videos where they like soak them in vinegar and whatnot?
No.
Yeah, there's some
don't watch those, man.
Don't do that.
Especially if you like strawberries.
Yeah, there's a lot of nasty on your strawberries.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I don't want to know.
A lot of protein.
Just a heads up, if you went to a very nice chocolate store and say got 6 very expensive chocolate covered strawberries for somebody, for like a girl, don't come home drunk and eat 3 of them.
Oh, damn, man.
Also on the list, grapes, Miles. Look, it's not about keeping you out of jail. It's about your health, son. I mean, you're stealing dirty grapes and just housing them.
No, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat a grape, right? And then I'm going to drop in the produce aisle and start shaking. And then I'm going to sue the grocery store for the pesticides in the
after Ted's friend tases you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, that would just be funny. Also, one more, I have an issue with chocolate-covered strawberries. My old roommate, DB, very good cook, romantic man. I'm leaving for a bar one Friday night. He goes, hey, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. I'm making these. Do not eat any. No. Dad, I would not. Next morning, I wake up. He smacks me in the face. You ate some of them. I said, I did not. There's chocolate in your bed.
Do you remember how many you ate?
Yes, Miles, because he had put them in the fridge when they were still kind of melty, so you could see the 3 that I yanked out. Oh, Jesus.
Thank you, Head Chef. We appreciate it. Coming up, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime, made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, so count up minutes. We'll drink a toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check out with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. Mysterious orange orbs have been spotted all over the world, with the latest turning up in the UK.
Mysterious orange orbs.
That's right.
Like the sun?
Right. And like,
I mean, mysterious here. Yeah.
You guys remember those
sun.
like obelisks that were popping up? I think in like 2020.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So it's just, I think it's along the same lines. I don't know what it is, and whoever is putting them there obviously isn't looking at everybody staring at them and saying anything about it, or they're kind of enjoying being mysterious about it. But
of course.
I don't know. Fertility rates in the U.S. have dropped to their lowest point in a century.
Oh yeah? Mm-hmm. Is that on the dudes? Or the gals?
To be honest with you, Ted, I'm not working on it, so I don't know the specifics of it, but I wonder if part of it is also just affordability. There's a lot of couples that are out there that are living paycheck to paycheck right now, and they can't imagine adding a kid on top of it.
But fertility means can they conceive, not
you're right.
Do you want to?
You're right.
Yeah, a lot of people who don't want to conceive.
Mm-hmm.
People who want to don't.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Cruel world. Facts. And to be honest with you, I don't know. It might be something in the water.
The water?
The food.
Gotta carry food.
Who knows?
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Penis not working.
Heat's not working.
Penis.
Oh, penis not working.
All the things.
All the stuff. According to research, there's a quote-unquote profound connection between what you eat and your brain health.
Of course.
Yeah.
Is this supposed to be new?
Why did they do the study?
They made a study.
They'll do it again next year, too.
Do we have to pay for that? Is that our tax dollars?
I'm hoping it's not.
I really hope it's not.
I mean, look, we can all hope and pray for the day, but it's never coming. It's not gonna. Nobody's ever gonna go, you know what? Eat more chips.
Right.
Have some more pizza.
I'd rather do a study on the best chips for dip, you know?
Right.
You bet.
That's information I can use.
That's right. I will pay for that.
What is the dip? What is the best chip?
Correct. As I say, that's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Depends on the dip.
Indeed. Time of year. Hot or cold dip.
I'll take that study.
Right.
I'm willing to give my tax dollars.
Are we watching sports? Is this just a family gathering?
Is this one of those 4-layer taco dips?
Right.
I need a stronger utensil.
You need better friends. Should be at least 5 layers, dude.
5 layers, whatever. Mm-hmm. I need more than this Lay's potato chip.
Structurally, are we talking structure? Are we talking taste? Are we talking
the whole thing?
Right.
That's why you do a study. We're asking all the right questions. No one's done the study. But what they did a study was, turns out eating broccoli is better for your brain than ice cream. And you go, fellas, thanks for joining the party. We know.
Right.
Why do we pay for that?
I wish that study would come out. It's
guys. Right. Survey says guys like boobs.
Stunning.
Thanks.
Good job.
Thanks.
Hooray. Anyway, we've made it to springtime, which means that a lot of people are doing a little bit of spring cleaning inside of their houses, and they're trying to find those useless things that they need to get rid of, and I'm here to help you out.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10. 10 of the most useless things in your home that are just wasting space. For 10 years, I was unable to occupy the chase portion of my couch. For 10 years, I was unable to access 75 or more % of my closet space. For 10 years, I would find empty bottle after empty bottle after empty bottle of wine occupying my recycle bin. And then I did some spring cleaning and got rid of some defective technology that was occupying said space. I called it a divorce.
Spring cleaning.
Spring cleaning. Taking care of taking the trash out, So these are the most useless things in your house that are just wasting space. Do you guys have anything on top of your head that you've got just laying around your house? Miles, I know that you tend to be more of a clean guy, so
my dog
don't think you listed. Oh, no, really?
Laying around the house and taking up space.
I'm going to say 9 out of 10 of these I don't have.
Wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be shocked. How about you, Ted? Anything useless?
I have clutter, right? Because I'll just leave a jacket sitting on the back of the couch or whatever. But I don't know if I have big items that are just taking up space, though.
Well, let's find out. Last on the list, they have just toys. It may not be just who's collecting junk in your home. Your kids may have a stash of toys that they don't play with anymore. Just don't want to be. They don't want to keep around. I remember that was a thing in our household. Every so often, to be like, all right, go to the bottom of your toy box and pull everything out of there. Give it one final look over. Realistically, look at it like, when's the last time you played with this, and then put it in the box.
Or we will.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what, or we will do it. Yeah, I don't have toys anymore, but 5 years ago, abso-freaking-lutely.
Well, it's like going through your kids' stuff. As far as have they outgrown this toy?
I think sometimes, too, though, some people just never want to give up stuff.
Sure.
So, I think my mom would just, or my dad would just throw out stuff.
Right.
Because if he sat me down and said, I'll be like, well, I should keep this toy. I might want to use it one day.
Oh, yeah. That was always the worst thing in the world when your parents showed up into your room with the big black garbage bag.
Because you know what it meant.
That's right. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to start grabbing.
Before they get to my porn magazines.
Right.
I'll tell you what I do it with sometimes is homemade edibles. I had one I left in my freezer had to be 5-6 years for a special day.
Right. Special day never comes.
Yeah. Now I eat them like a grown-up.
Damn right. Plastic bags.
Nope.
While some areas may have limited the use of single-use plastic bags, you may still find plenty of them at the grocery store, takeout restaurants, other retail spaces. You might have a bag full of a bag.
I mean, when I grew up, we all had them underneath our sink.
That's where mine are.
Right.
I just think it's hard to get them anymore.
But I still use them as a thing. If we get it's like gold now.
Oh, yeah.
Plastic bag, put it under the sink.
I have zero.
You have none?
None.
All right.
I'm taking my bag to the grocery store.
Miles is over 2. Random bathroom items. Nope. It says, when was the last time you cleaned out your bathroom drawers and underneath your sink, set aside some time to sort through everything and see what you want to keep and what needs to go? Wife?
I don't look because I use the stuff I use. Anything else with the kids and the wife.
Right.
I'm a limit. I have a toothbrush, I have a razor, I have a bar of soap, there's some lotion, there's beard oil. I am done. I know where the cotton balls, the Q-tips are. Everything else in that bathroom, I have nothing to do with, and I refuse to get involved.
There's no point in having anything in there that you don't use.
No, we take up no real estate in the bathroom.
We really don't.
No. I have my one little corner. That's we have a full on hanging on the head of the shower thing shelving unit.
Sure.
And it is loaded with the wife stuff.
Yeah, I got a bar.
The shelves over the toilet loaded with the wife stuff. Under the sink, I don't even look down there.
No,
none of it is for me down.
Do not look down.
I mean, I'm guilty of it now, but my place doesn't have a medicine cabinet.
Right.
So you got to spread crap around and
and look, I'm guilty of it, right? There's no reason NyQuil should just be sitting up there. I should put it underneath my sink. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's one of those things. It's not like you go home and just sip Quill.
Sure.
Well,
it just sits there.
But you don't have a medicine cabinet.
Well, then start sipping it and put it to use.
Right.
God. Sipping on some scissor.
Yeah. Crafting supplies. Thought it was a good idea to start knitting and scrapbooking, but now those crafting supplies are just taking up space.
Now, my wife does all that stuff, but she has a dedicated room.
Sure.
You physically have to be in it.
Crafting room.
My daughter has a desk, and I just don't look at it.
And look, I encourage everybody to explore your horizons, see what things you might be interested in, go and check out some different stuff. But also, once in a while, it's time to look back on the stuff like, are you really that dedicated to it? Are you really going to macrame?
You thought it was fun, now you don't.
4 for 4.
Does anybody have a bunch of power cords that they don't need?
Nope.
Miles, you don't have the big box of random cords?
No.
None of mine are random, but we have the power surge protectors and all that kind of crap.
Sure.
No, I seriously have what I need in my drawer.
Kidding.
Yes.
You don't find a cord and say, doggone it, I forget what this goes to. I should stack this away.
I've thrown them all away.
Damn, Miles, you're a braver man than I am. Son of a gun.
Yeah.
If I lived alone, I would toss them. But between the kids and the wife, I'm like, look, I know it, and again, it's like the bathroom. I know it does not apply to me, but I don't know who this is for or what it goes to. But if I throw it out, I will find out in a week, and they will be hostile.
I have a box that is basically one cord, and it has about 15 different connects to it. as far as what you can plug it in.
Yeah.
So you just snap the different thing on the top. So if I ever need anything like the drill to be plugged in, that works.
Okay.
A reclining chair goes in the back. It's electric.
Right.
It works in that. It works in everything.
Okay.
Yes.
I like it. Do you use all of your food storage containers, Miles?
I mean, I have Tupperware that I use to put food in.
Sure, but you don't have any that maybe you could probably throw away?
No, because I have it in a small drawer.
You don't have any lids and containers that don't match anymore?
I do not.
God, got it.
We used to, but we
glass.
did the purge.
Yeah.
You just buy from because it's not that expensive. In the end, it's like, look, man, I haven't used this lid. No one knows for the lid, so we just bought them new, and we've actually stayed organized.
Pro tip. All the plastic crap you have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You have no problem giving that away. You know, like, take this home with you.
Sure.
Or you could put that in like a quart size bag or a gallon size bag.
Yeah.
If you have glass.
Oh, I love
storage
glass.
containers with a snap-on lids.
Yes.
You keep them organized. You do not lose them, and you never give them away.
Yes.
So that's the best way to go for them.
I love
I can
the
put them in the
glass
dishwasher. They come clean. They don't get the orange crap on them when I put spaghetti sauce
Facts.
in there. They're glass.
But the flip side is, if I'm going to someone's house, I want the plastic one because I don't want to take it home. I don't want to have to remember to get my glass. So I'm like, no, the glass does not go there. You get plastic.
My only problem with the glass, and we have Pyrex storage, so I love this stuff. The only problem with it is the lids. For whatever reason, right on the seam of the lid, it splits from time to time. I've had a couple lids split on that thing. But that's my only gripe with it. I love the extra container, Miles. You're right. You don't get that nasty orange. You don't get those weird bubbles that are in there.
You know?
Right. I love them.
Sometimes it just depends on the food I have left over. Like, I don't want to put it in a bag. I'd rather put it in one of those containers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like lasagna.
Yeah.
Right.
Just put it in a flat container.
Exactly. Plastic cutlery.
No. That's not true. We don't use it in the summertime. We use it because the kids always have their friends at the house. So it's like, use this.
Sure. I have it in a box for when I have like people over if we're doing that.
How often do you have people over, Miles?
Oh, in summertime, typically is when the plastic comes out.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, potato salad, macaroni salad, anything you're eating, just like here, throw it away.
I'm with you. I have a box of them, but it's just for like if people are over.
Right. I feel it. Okay.
It's just easier, frankly. I mean, even if I just have like 4 or 5 people over to watch a Hawks game, if we're having chili, it's like, here's some paper bowls, here's some plastic.
Do you have small paper plates? You know, that's when you bring that out.
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
Old towels and sheets.
Nope.
Got it, Miles.
No, why would I keep old sheets?
Freak.
What's going to happen?
For just in case somebody comes over and uses your bed.
Oh, I have sheets.
You can tell you live alone.
I have
That's all I'm getting, like,
guest sheets for sure, but they're not old. They're new.
Look, I mean, right. OCD works in two different ways, right? Like, Miles keeps a very clean, particular house. Mm-hmm. Whereas, like, I wish I was that way, but I just don't care. It's like, you know what I mean? There was years where I would be like, got to do this, got to do that. And then finally I was just like, yeah, the problem is, like, I can walk in my house tonight, there could be 2 jackets laying on the side of my sofa. Like, it doesn't bother me.
Right.
Well, see, it bugs me, but I have kids in the house. I would challenge anyone. Yeah. Like, hey, I clean up everything. And by the time you turn around, you're like, what just happened? Like, I literally just cleaned the living room. I turned around because you went in and watched TV, and all of your crap's back.
Exercise equipment.
No.
Damn it.
That is a pretty big one.
It is.
I will say that I know a couple people, though, that have treadmills that actually use them.
Right. I use my free weights at home.
I have dumbbells in my living room.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but you probably use them.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I get stoned in just 2 barrels.
We'll say there's an ab roller machine that I don't use. It's an ab roller device.
Ab roller.
Oh, yeah. See,
right.
Like a seat thing.
No, it's a. It is
when you put your arms on and roll out.
Exactly.
Ooh,
those are tough. Oh my God,
that's hard. I can't
kill your abs.
I can't do
it. Takes like 3, and then I'm dead.
It hurts my shoulders too.
A few hours later.
Yeah, then when you get confident and you're doing it for a few weeks, like, I'm going to go all the way out, and boom,
and down you go.
Guaranteed.
Now I'm on the ground.
They do put in the honorable mention of going through your clothes, anything that you might not wear anymore. Which, Miles, you're actually pretty good about recycling everything that you got going.
I mean, moving last year helped get rid of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, sure, that's a fact. But then the number 1 most useless thing in your house that is just wasting space: the single-use appliances. You may have thought it was a good idea to buy the panini press, waffle maker for your kitchen, but the dreams of hosting events when you actually use that appliance never come true.
Yeah. I've got 1 blender under the counter.
Yeah.
And I've got an air fryer on the counter.
But you use a blender as needed.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't use it every day.
It's like a mixer. I've got a handheld mixer.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
Because if you don't have a blender, at the moment that you do need a blender, you're like, let me just get a goddamn blender.
Right. The only time I lived like that was because it was me and 2 roommates. It was 3 of us. and we were in our early 20s, but like we had everything.
George Foreman grill, panini press.
We had a quesadilla maker. I mean, you name it.
Which also could be a waffle maker. Sometimes
I think we had one of those, but granted, it was three dudes in their early 20s, so like, we ate a lot of quesadillas and stuff. But like, we had a sandwich maker, which is the same thing.
Yeah,
but
I had a grilled cheese maker.
Yeah, but like now that I live alone and it's my own, like I wouldn't have all that crap.
The thing is I had made grilled cheese successfully. I make a good grilled cheese.
That's what I mean. Your pan and the spatula, like we are that.
Exactly. But then all of a sudden you get this like grilled cheese press. Nah, man, it seals the cheese within. Like, oh God, I got.
Was there a noticeable difference when you used it?
A noticeable difference.
Would I be able to say what's your secret?
It made a worse grilled cheese.
Really?
My mom
I didn't like it.
My mom has the same can opener that we had as a kid, electric, on the counter in her kitchen. Yeah, damn thing still works like a charm, but I mean, I just can't. You can't just open a can with a can opener.
Right.
Crying out loud.
Damn.
Everybody had those. My grandma had one. I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
The NFL draft is underway, and your Seattle Seahawks have the 16th pick. I'll tell you, hopefully, what they do with it at 5:50.
No way.
You're not going to get there.
No way.
No way. We'll see what happens.
Not going. By the way, I was 10 for 10 on that one.
Oh, good job, Miles. You clean.
All right, time to get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK. All right, we made it to drinking time.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's why April chose to vaccinate her child.
I think actually meeting someone who was not vaccinated and now has a lifelong struggle with a childhood disease really cemented for me that it's super important that we as parents continue to vaccinate our children.
Talk to your pediatrician or visit yvaccines.com. Brought to you by Merck.
Moms, picture this. Your child running, laughing, and creating lifelong memories through the joy of sports. At Skyhawk Sports, we believe in building not just athletes, but memories that will last a lifetime. Our programs are designed to make every child feel like a superstar, from learning new skills to making new friends. Imagine the smile on your child's face as they discover the thrill of scoring that winning goal or making that incredible play. Choose Skyhawk Sports for a sports experience that goes beyond the game. Visit skyhawks.com to enroll your child in the adventure of a lifetime.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime. Made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas. Boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
What's up?
Well, it's what's down that's got my attention.
Oh?
Look at that long snake.
Snake? Oh, traffic. Those are cars.
I know they're cars. I'm being metaphorical. If I were a human, I'd ride that Bel Air airport or shuttle. Look at it. It gets you to SeaTac quickly. You can sleep, look out the window, be productive, and it's in the HOV. Hey, maybe it stands for heading on vacation.
Bel Air Airport or Shuttle with 8 round trips daily. Click airporter.com to book your trip today.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the Drink Jazz Can Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed, and today we toast Miss Anja Gridley of Appleton, Wisconsin.
Anja!
Now look, quick side note, we used to be on in Appleton, Wisconsin. I saw what this woman looked like, and I know it sounds stupid, but like every guy, I'm like, man, I hope she listened to the show. Not that it make any difference, but she was good looking, and she's there. But she works in an office complete with cubicles and all that other stuff. But she shares the office with multiple coworkers. Now, that does not mean that she does not get her occasional alone time. So she posted a video that shows her staring at the camera as her two colleagues in the background walk out of the office, and then the door swings shut behind them. Now, as the only one left in the room, she took the chance to upload what we'll call some prime content to her TikTok account. And by prime content, I mean, of course, she took the opportunity to record herself farting. But after letting loose, she slowly turned in her chair and was horrified to discover the unhappy face looking back at her. Turns out her coworker, Dave, Dave does not look amused. Dave was actively working on something. She didn't realize he was there. I'm just going to play the audio from it. So keep in mind, she's just staring at the camera, lets out the fart, and then you hear her break down to laughter when she realizes Dave, who again, to me, makes the video, is staring at her. Pissed. Yep. Make sure you're alone. That's all. So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bijola.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Hey, Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes a story a story. Hello, Nick. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, Nick, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. You have your choice of one of three stories. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? Interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. And finally, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, where you guess the unconventional weapon that someone chose to use as a weapon.
I'm going to go with Hit Me With Your Best Shot.
All right, we go to Augusta, Georgia, where cops got a call about a domestic dispute this past Sunday night. Now, unfortunately, there had been a stabbing. Now, the victim was in the middle of a big argument with his on-again, off-again, on-again, off-again girlfriend when things turned physical. And then she grabbed something and stabbed him in the butt with it. Now, she told police she just, quote, poked his butt, but he described it as a full-on stabbing. Now, thankfully, it sounds like he'll survive. Now, they could have arrested her for assault, but she left, and the boyfriend decided not to press charges. We'll probably revisit this story when she stabs his ass again a few months from now. Anyway, cops say they advised the man on how to get a temporary restraining order. But whatever their deal is, the question I have for you is, what did she stab him in the butt with? A pair of scissors? A pencil? A fork? Or a stiletto heel? So scissors, pencil, fork, or stiletto heel?
Did they say if it drew blood at all?
It does not the story that I have.
I want it to be sexy, Nick. I'm going stiletto.
What's the difference between just a high heel and a stiletto heel?
Small little point.
the real tall heels, but they have that super fine point.
Yeah, like real tiny.
All right.
And what does Ted think?
Ted thinks a lot. But on this one, you said it's Augusta, Georgia.
Augusta, Georgia.
Was it recently?
This past Sunday.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Thank you.
But you're welcome. But since it's such a golf-famous city, I'm assuming maybe they had just finished playing golf and she stabbed him with a tiny golf pencil.
Okay. Right. Wow.
That's actually kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Well, then I guess I'll go scissors then. So that we're
okay.
Maybe we'll get to hear a ding, guys.
What did you stab her boyfriend in the arse with? Scissors, pencil, fork, or stiletto heel? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime, made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Categories, hit me with your best shot on profile list. We have a domestic dispute between an on and off again couple in Georgia. A woman ended up stabbing her boyfriend in the butt. Now, she said it was a playful encounter.
Well, she didn't say it's playful. She said, I just poked him in the butt.
But I'm assuming it broke skin or whatever it did.
Yeah, he said the bitch stabbed me.
Either way, he did not want to press charges, so she was not arrested. Question is, what did she stab him with? Scissors, a pencil, a fork, or a stiletto heel?
Hey, y'all, that bitch stabbed me.
And Nick, that is a question we posed to you. Let us start with Miles Montgomery. Went with the stiletto.
Spring break was a couple weeks ago, I figured.
Nate Ted Smith, you went through the whole golf process. And Gus,
correct.
Obviously connected to golf. Went with the golf pencil. Yeah. No. So, Nick, that leaves you. You said, guys, let's get the ding today. You said scissors.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Plain ass fork.
You can't really, if you use any kind of force, that's not a poke.
Yeah, that's why he was like, bitch, stab me.
That's kind of a tough way to stab somebody.
Yeah, a fork, man.
Yeah, I'll be damned.
Left 4 little tiny holes in his buttocks.
Now, for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, we all enjoy late night TV shows.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Some are funnier, like some monologues are better than some people. Some interviews are better.
Correct.
Some of the bits are just better. So Chris Stapleton, everybody in here, we all like Stapleton, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I'm on SNL, and I was like, all right, my man.
Yeah. He's the most soulful white country artist you'll ever see.
Mm-hmm.
Very unique. So basically, he was on he was on Kimmel's show, and they had a wing it or sing it segment. All right. So basically, you just got to kind of wing it and sing it, and then Chris Stapleton. Obviously, I assume he's around my age, 40.
I don't know.
So he grew up, watching.
I'm 23.
I don't think he's 23.
My bad.
Stapleton's an interesting.
You look great.
What's that? 46. Oh, he's older than I am.
There you
You old bastard. Sorry, Chris. Anyhow, but obviously we used to watch TGIF on, I think it was ABC, that had all those good shows on Friday night, Family Matters, Full House, all that stuff. So his Wing It and Sing It song is about that.
I sung a song about the folks of my family, my band, my friends, and my wife. But the one human being whom I love most is an American treasure named John Stamos.
And it's funny, too, just the way his voice sounds. Like, he could be singing about absolute garbage.
Oh, yeah.
You're just like,
I feel it, man.
I feel it. I told you, when I saw him last summer, I almost teared up, man. It was emotional.
I'll tell you what, John Stamos would probably play that again. It's about me, man.
Yeah, right? Well, I mean, look, Stamos is a lot of things, and a decent musician. He's no Chris Stapleton.
What does he play? Does he play drums?
Yes.
Drums. It's
Occasionally
drums.
with the Beach Boys.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because if you watch the show, that was always kind of a thing. Uncle Jesse always had, like, every season or two, his friends would come into town.
He'd jam.
They jam and get the band back together. Which also, in Stamos' defense, when I was a kid watching those shows, I had no idea they would do covered songs.
I thought they were all rich.
I just thought Uncle Jesse was writing songs. Like, the boys are back. Like, oh, they are back. All right, way to go, Uncle Jesse. Pretty interesting. Somebody that's been in the news hugely in the 90s. Never really left the news cycle, but kind of left for a while and recently passed away. O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson. Yeah. Yep.
It's this kind of a story going around that Owen Wilson apparently has a bit of a soul and a brain. So he chose, and money, as they say, morality over money when the director, basically, they're coming out with a new movie about O.J. Simpson, right?
All right.
But he was offered $12 million to play Douglas McCann, a real-life attorney who got wrapped up in various conspiracy theories during the murder trial. Basically, they wanted him, the movie would be about almost proving his O.J.'s innocence.
Oh.
So Owen Wilson supposedly told him, if you think I'm going to take the lead role in a movie about how O.J. didn't do it, you've got to be kidding me.
That's fair.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's wrong at that. The movie's actually been in development for 9 years. Not much of it's been shot yet. Well,
this is a lot different than the book. What if I did do it?
Yeah. If I did it. That's what it is.
If I did it,
I still would have said the glove doesn't fit.
Yeah, and look, I mean, the O.J. Simpson thing, and look, trust me, I'm not blaming anybody, right? Like, everybody, you get desensitized to stuff when it doesn't involve you. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way the world works, good or bad. But yeah, like, at the end of the day, right, there's still Nicole Brown Simpson's family.
Ronald Goldman's family.
And I always kind of respected the Goldmans for staying after him, I don't know if he even had much money when he died or whatever.
Didn't matter.
But, like, that was all his. He could never go out and just make money off of being O.J. Simpson. Now, I'm sure he got a lot of free rounds of golf and this and that because he's still O.J. Simpson and people would still hook him up and everything. But, yeah, I mean.
Well, the thing, they get it a dime, but he's still got his NFL pension.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, they're paying him every month. But he did not, none of that money went to the Goldmans. It was supposed to.
I got to look at, I just know that he couldn't, because he could have made a ton of money just going on show, because they'll pay you to show up on shows and tell your true story or whatever. And, like, he would have done all that. But because the Goldmans were smart enough to sue him and sue his estate, he could. They could have made all the money.
Based on his age and based on, the NFL again, for a year, he was getting treatment. He was going to the hospital. He died in hospice.
Right.
All those things. I mean, all that's part of that whole package.
Definitely no money for that. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Because, I mean, again, a lot of times that's why civil cases are different. Criminal cases, remember, you got to prove without a reasonable doubt. Right? And for him, he got off on the criminal charges, or got acquitted, excuse me. But right, the civil case, it's like they're like, oh, no.
We think you're guilty. Yeah, you absolutely owe money.
Right, exactly. What's the famous line from Scarface? Right, he's talking to his lawyer about reasonable doubt, and he's like, and honey, I am a pro at raising a reasonable doubt, but you've got this much money in unmarked bills, like in on camera. There's not much I can do there. Richard Simmons, there's been a lot of talk about this because Pauly Shore supposedly is making a biopic on Richard Simmons. Now, Pauly Shore seems like the right person. Pauly Shore also has come out and been like, look, I love Richard Simmons. Like, that's like, I'm not making this to make fun of him. I want to tell his story, this and that. But Richard Simmons, the word is he's been sick or whatever. He really hasn't been out in public. Once he kind of left public life, excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah, man. I don't know if it's cold or allergies. Once he left public life, he kind of left, right? Mm-hmm. So then this was coming out, and he's put out some statements, but I like that he actually tweeted out. He said, I just read that a man that I don't know is writing my biopic starring Pauly Shore. I did not approve this movie. I'm in talks with major studios to create my own biopic with some help. Wait for this movie. He also issued a statement through his publicist saying, quote, the Pauly Shore biopic does not have my blessing. So major studios are interested in me involved in my story. Who should play me? Tom Cruise. Right? Okay. LOL. Like he knows he's kidding.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a tough thing, right? Like my instinct, because I like Pauly Shore.
Sure.
And I liked Richard Simmons. I mean, my mom loved him. I mean, I feel like everybody's mom, if you're my age, like watch Richard Simmons. So I would go see them, or I wouldn't go see it. I'd watch it when it come out on TV.
Yes.
But also now, like, if the actual Richard Simmons is like, hang on, dude, like, I'll make a movie about my actual life where I can talk about it, like, don't go see it. So now it's like, I'm going to have to be on Richard's side and boycott this movie.
Team Richard.
Yeah, right. I mean, that would kind of suck. Somebody you don't know writing a biopic on your life.
While you're still alive.
I know he knows, right. I know he knows Pauly Shore, right? Because you got to remember, Pauly Shore's mom owned and ran the Comedy Store for years. Mm-hmm. So he's well connected in Hollywood and this and that. Whether you like his comedy or whatever is kind of besides the point. So, like, I know he knows Richard Simmons, but that is odd that somebody just gathering information. And look, Richard Simmons, a private dude.
Let's think, all the information that someone's gathering does not come from you.
Well, even if you're a public figure, you mean Pam and Tommy. I guarantee both of them watched that show on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't write it. They had nothing to do with it.
They weren't happy about it.
Vouch for it.
Right.
They did not,
Right, and you're taking other people's accounts into it.
Correct.
I mean, hell, Mike and I were talking about Motley Crue the other day and Nikki Sixx, right? And it's like, right, even Nikki Sixx, when I read his book, The Heroin Diaries, like, to his credit, he put in quotes from other people because he has no idea. He's just telling the story the way he remembered it. And then people are like, no, he's dead wrong about that. Like, he's all whacked out on drugs. He doesn't remember. Like, this is actually what happened.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool element to the book.
I also thought it was cool that it was 1 year of his life.
That's terrifying that that's 1 year.
I always forget that.
It's not even an autobiography. It's like these 12 months. Like, here's my story.
Which is a full book.
Yeah. Well, Mike and I were saying, like, and I believe it's the world premiere of a brand new Motley Crue song tomorrow here.
That's correct. It's tonight at 9.
Oh, tonight at 9.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Miles.
Kevin Deers.
Yeah. Oh, he's got it at 9.
9 o'clock.
Damn.
Motley Crue world premiere.
9 o'clock.
Right here on Odyssey.
You got my
Odyssey. 9 o'clock.
Good job, Mike.
Motley Crue.
Good job, Ted.
Mike, hit mine.
Yeah.
It's the draft sound. It just makes me smile.
Next up, the Washington Commanders. Right you are, Ted.
Still got it.
The NFL draft is going on tonight. Listen.
Right you are, Ted.
I'm taking a small personal break from making sports predictions again because I was so wrong last weekend, and I haven't been right about a lot of things.
Boxing, though.
I don't. Everybody keeps saying that it's sports, but I was so dead set. So I don't have a lot of concrete theories on the draft for the Seahawks. But I do think it's just interesting, right? Because you have Coach McDonald in there. It's his first draft. Seahawks are at 16. Obviously, there's stuff they need. There's guys I'd like to see him get. And then you also have Michael Penix Jr., who's out there. Mm-hmm. He played at Washington. You got to remember the Seahawks' new offensive coordinator is the Huskies, Ryan Grubb's He was at Washington last year.
See what you're saying there.
Has a relationship with them. I want to say the new offensive line coach came over from UW. So there's obviously those connections. I mean, I'm wearing a Husky shirt. I love Mike. But this time of year gets so crazy that it's like people start freaking out. It's like, you got to get this quarterback or that.
Right. There's a lot of quarterbacks.
There is.
Right.
And some of them are going to be good. Some of them are going to miss.
Yep.
I mean, I was saying, I think I started saying this yesterday. Like, I feel like Patrick Mahomes is just an outlier. There's a lot of good quarterbacks that are franchise quarterbacks that don't do the things he does, but he's a special player.
Right.
You know, he's on a different level. It's like drafting a cornerback every time and be like, it could be the next Dion.
Could be.
Like,
he won't be.
Jalen Ramsey's had a great career. He's not Dion. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, Cromartie had a great career. Revis Island. Like, there's a lot of those guys, but like today we get so wrapped up in this stuff. It's like, so some of these quarterbacks will be good. A couple of them are going to suck.
Yep.
They're just not going to pan out. Like, let's never forget, Jamarcus Russell was a #1 draft pick.
But a couple of them.
Vince Young.
Sanchez. I mean, you talk about all these guys. It's like, look, man, they go first round, but it doesn't mean anything. NFL's a different sport, and that's the one thing they all say. It is so much faster and so much more complicated, and the guys that can slow it down and can really understand what the coaches are asking them to do, they tend to do better.
Then you got Purdy.
Right. Mr. Irrelevant.
Right. I think a lot of it depends on whose organization you go to, what's going on, and then also, like, and listen, I love Mel Kiper Jr. Never forget, he might annoy you, but just remember, he was putting out books and magazines.
He's from Baltimore. He can't help it.
He's been putting out books and magazines for years. Like, the reason people even really care about the draft is mainly because of Mel Kiper Jr. So I know people like to hate on him and stuff, but he is a massive reason that the draft got so big. I remember my buddy Alex used to get it, and we would sit there and read it and see his draft analysis.
Yep.
So, but also, Mel Kiper is a draft expert looking for different things than, say, when you're on a football team. Like, I like guys that played games. I like guys where it's like, yeah, maybe he didn't read the coverage, but he won a football game. Right? That's what I'm saying. So it's like, it's a lot of analysis. It's this and that. Now, with that said, as soon as I get out of here, I'm going to go home, probably crack an adult beverage, and I'm going to watch the draft. Let's get me a little warmed up. Get me fired up for football season. The draft is over on, on ABC? I mean, ABC,
ESPN,
Network.
NFL Network.
You also have a couple NBA games and maybe a couple hockey games going on. But you know what? NBA, good call. Just 2 games tonight.
Right. But the Lakers and Denver are on. So that if it's
are they one of the games tonight?
Yeah, but it's anything like that last game they played, probably the best NBA game I've ever watched in my life. It's just, I'm back and forth. Okay. Lakers are up by 20. Denver comes back, and at the end they just start firing threes, and it goes back and forth, and Denver pulls it out with the last-second shot.
It was a phenomenal game, and it's kind of sad because I like LeBron, but, man, the Lakers just can't beat Denver, which means tonight they will.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
Save at Whole Foods Market. Get boneless, skinless chicken breast value packs with no antibiotics ever for 25% off with Prime through April 30th. Stock up on quality proteins for the family. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
Have you ever noticed how celebrities have brighter, whiter-looking eyes? Their makeup artists have a little secret in their kit. Lumify Redness Reliever Eye Drops. Lumify dramatically reduces redness in just 1 minute. It literally happens right before your eyes to make them look brighter, whiter, and more awake for up to 8 hours. No wonder it's so loved by influencers, celebrities, and makeup artists and has over 6,000 5-star reviews on Amazon. Lumify is also the #1 eye doctor recommended redness reliever eye drop, and it's FDA approved. No bleach, no dyes. Plus, it's made by the eye care experts at Bausch & Lomb. So whether you're on set, on a date, or running on just a few hours of sleep, you can have eyes that look brighter and whiter with Lumify eye drops. When you try it, you'll see that it's what your eyes have been looking for. Check out LumifyEyes.com to learn more.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Remember when you first saw the potential? And then through some elbow grease, fresh installs, and a whole lot of love, you transformed 100,000 miles and a body full of rust into a drive that's all your own. Look to your left. Look to your right. It's official. No one's got a ride like this. There's nothing else that sounds like, feels like, or looks like the set of wheels in your garage. With over 122 million parts, you can make sure your number one ride or die stays running smoothly. So there's no limit to how far you can take it. Brake kits, turbochargers, engines, exhaust kits, roof racks, LED headlights, bumpers, whatever your baby needs, eBay Motors has it. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Plus, at these prices, well, you're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada. Yada yada. Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out, yada yada. And bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Inmates tunnel out of a maximum security prison only to have the police waiting at the very end. Meanwhile, a woman learns that an airport vending machine coffee, yeah, probably not your friend. Woman's boyfriend tells her to buy a lottery ticket. She wins, then goes on a vacation without him. Hawaiian police give out to random DUIs to people not drinking for money to skim. And a Buddhist temple made of beer bottles comes crashing down. It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story. We got to Hawaii, where local authorities are facing scrutiny. Over the last few years, more than 300 arrests have been made in Oahu, charging drivers with DUI. But the problem with this is not dangerous roads, but that none of them, registered above the BAC limit. A former officer and a former prosecutor both weighed in on the troubling statistics and brought to light that officers from this particular department are tasked with an unwritten quota. Doing so affects the way departments are gauged for programs that receive federal funding, and the department has refused comment on the issue.
Yeah, the quota.
Right. They're not real, though.
Yeah, I know. Everyone will tell you that. I've had one guy say, yeah, there is. Obviously, it's not a public thing.
Right. 2022 and 23, they said 300 people were arrested. Not one of them was above the legal limit.
Come on.
There was some like...
That is insanity.
There was some 60 of them that didn't even register.
I mean, he's just doing that.
Yes.
I know in some cases, if they just are like, all right, you're under the limit, but you're close, they could still arrest you.
Sure. And I can understand that if it's impeding your way of driving, absolutely. But when they pull somebody over, they say you were swerving. Well, I hit the gas and my tires broke free. No, I don't know. Get in the car.
All right.
Like, damn, man. Again, and then when you go to the station and they do a breathalyzer, they take, do a blood test, whatever, and it comes up way below. It's like, really? Are we still here?
Or like you said, in some cases, it's negative.
Right.
There's nothing in their system.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I might be wrong, but I feel like I feel like a cop told me once, like the field sobriety test, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just to see if you'll do them, how you're reacting. You know what I mean?
Sure. It's not
like
about
I
the
couldn't
test.
do that. I couldn't say the alphabet right now. If you said say it without singing and skip this letter, I'd screw it up.
Right.
I'm stone sober.
Right. In other news, down in Venezuela, a group of 20 inmates thought that they were on the road to freedom.
Oh, yeah?
Not much is detailed in the story as to how they were able to pull it off, but the group of convicts executed an escape operation from the prison and were successfully able to get outside of the prison walls. What's a little on the unfortunate side for them, There was a group of prison guards conducting a training exercise right outside of their breach point. The guards were able to group around the small exit point, apprehending the convicts one by one as they squeezed out of the prison. All criminals were rounded up and put back into their cells.
They're doing a training exercise.
Right. Bam, we made it.
I wonder if there was a period where they were like, if you're doing a training exercise, like, is this real?
Yeah, at that point, like, because that's so ridiculous, right?
Exactly. Yeah, Joey said that we have to do this. You just capture us and put us back in.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It'd be like I'm just saying, like, that's just weird. They're training to be correctional officers, right?
Right.
And then literally dudes start sneaking out of the jail. Like, in my head, like, all right, like, am I supposed to react for real? Exactly. Or is this just part of the training?
Yeah, right? I would not know. Unless the CEO's like, no, they're escaping.
Well,
what are the odds that you spent all this time tunneling, and I'm sure it did not take as long as Shawshank Redemption, but you still got to put in the effort, right?
I know, but how do they know where they're going to end up?
Well, you just know you're on the outside. You just know what the foundation wall is, and then you all these guys coordinate. Everyone put in an effort. We're digging with spoons, Ted. Spoon for 3 years, and on the day that we pop out, like, you've got to be S-ing me.
Right.
You're doing a training exercise right now.
Ah, got it. He's not...
Yeah.
He doesn't make a decision ever again in his life.
Yeah, I mean, the fact they got out, I mean, they put him back in, but I'm just like, it's wild.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you know, like I told you, I watch those prison shows. It is amazing how tight security is, and they still get stuff in there.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. No kidding. Let's head to Spain, where a woman just wanted coffee, ended up in the hospital. She was at the airport in Spain and decided to grab herself some Java. After getting her cup from a nearby vending machine, she went about her business, sipping the tepid beverage. But after a few swigs, things started to taste a little off, and she decided to take a look, which is when she noticed that her coffee was infested with insects. It is a rather disturbing photo if you guys get a look at that.
Oh, I saw it.
Upon this realization, the woman actually started having an anaphylactic reaction, swelling her tongue, cutting off her airway. She was rushed to the hospital and is recovering from the incident, and her family has filed a complaint with the airport.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I saw the picture. I'm like, yeah, no.
And the thing that stunned me is that she had an anaphylactic reaction to it.
You know, what kind? It doesn't say what kind of bugs they were.
No, it just says insects. And I just assumed it was like flies. There might have been some fly larvae in there or something like that. Or it looked like gnats or little fruit flies, something like that.
I have a peanut and maggot egg allergy.
No kidding, dude.
Fly larva just sounds like it's cool.
Fly larva.
Fly larva, fly. Say, brother, you fly larva.
You guys ever drank anything that had something nasty in it?
Yeah,
a couple times.
Yeah.
Cigarette butts.
I mean, it did not go into my mouth. Well, the thing where they put like the worm on the bottom and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I had an intruder in my shower this morning, Mike.
Oh, no kidding?
Hey, he had 8 legs.
His name was Henry.
No, he's dead.
That's right. They come out of your drains, dude.
Yeah, I just squashed him against the wall and flushed him.
That's the move.
God, I had one show up in the shower when I was underway, and this thing is like a 3x3 shower. There is not a whole lot of room in there. Scared the living daylights out of me, dude. He's just staring right at my unit. Like, what are you doing, dude?
I'm staring at my unit.
He looks, man.
Unit.
Oh, pervert spider, huh?
Right? With all 8 of his eyes, too.
Oh, just get a good look.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you enjoyed it, you pervert.
What do you call that? Your 4th leg?
I like that in Charlotte's Web, but now the spider just stares at people in the shower.
Yeah, Charlotte done changed things up.
Make sure you get behind your ears.
Wilbur ain't the only pig I like looking at.
And just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
A woman listened to her boyfriend's advice and it paid off. We go to Laurel, Maryland, where a woman decided to take her boyfriend's advice and just buy a lottery ticket. She tells the media that he always says to just buy one because it's only a couple bucks, so she decided, why not, and bought into the Powerball. After leaving the ticket in her purse all weekend long, she finally scanned the barcode with the Maryland Lottery app and found out that she had won a $50,000 jackpot. She elected to remain anonymous, but says that she'll spend her winnings on a vacation with her daughter and for tickets from time to time.
Where is she? Where Maryland?
Laurel, Maryland.
Oh, Laurel.
I'm the boyfriend.
Right.
I encourage you to buy a lottery ticket.
Correct.
You win $50,000.
Indeed.
It's my idea.
Right.
Say, why not?
Exactly.
And then you take your kid on vacation.
That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the move.
Yeah.
All right.
Good job.
Thanks.
All right.
I mean, look, we all know. I mean, the 3 of us know. They're just going to Ocean City.
Men's Room Sports. The NFL draft is underway over on ESPN. Currently on the 7th pick as the Tennessee Titans. The pick is in. I thought I might be at least somewhere close to our pick, but there was no chance. There was no chance.
Bro,
No, because the Seahawks are 16th, and like they do it like the draft starts at 5. they trotted out M&M. Like, there's a lot of stuff they got to get
right.
Yeah. So we got the 16th pick unless old Mike and John decide to trade something out, but keep an eye on that over there. Your Seattle Mariners wrapped up their series against Texas this afternoon with Luis Castillo starting on the mound. And, of course, they came out victorious 4-3 in that bad game right there. They took it. They took the series against the Rangers. You got to love it.
They'll be back 2 or 3 in a row.
That is 3 series in a row that they've won.
All right,
sir.
Mariners.
Yes, sir. They'll be back in action tomorrow night as they host the Arizona Diamondbacks all weekend long. NBA playoffs continue.
They're hosting the Diamondbacks?
Yes.
Are they going to wear those throwbacks?
That's what we were talking.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't realize the Diamondbacks were in town.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Exactly. Yeah. NBA playoffs continue with Game 3 between the Cavaliers and the Magic over on NBA TV, and Game 3 between the Knicks and 76ers on TNT, which will move over to Game 3 between the Nuggets and the Lakers after that one wraps up right around 7. As for NHL, a couple games on as we speak. Game 3 between the Panthers and Lightning is on TBS and Max, and Game 3 between the Hurricanes and Islanders. It's over on ESPN too. As far as your weather, rain's clearing up a little earlier than expected. Should move on in the middle of the day, middle of the night, making way for mostly cloudy skies tomorrow with a high of about 58. And that is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawkins out.
All right, see you next time. Finally, Friday, we'll do all the Friday crap. Kevin Deers has Aerosmith tickets coming up in the world premiere for Motley Crue tonight at 9.
Yes, indeed, it's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime, made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for